Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome back to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Tom Rayleigh. Our scenario is Uncle Timothy's Will. It was written by Keith Herber, and it's part of a collection entitled Blood Brothers. It's available from Chaosium and Drive-Thru RPG. I'm the Game Master, and this is episode 2, and it's the second time we have run this. Our recap will be given by Pascal Breitenfeld as his character, Lord Jeffrey Duncan. But before we begin, I do want to mention that one of our patrons has increased his contribution. Steve Costadas he was sending us $3 a month. Now he is sending us $5 a month. Thank you so much, Steve. And with that being said, let's continue our journey into the darkness. Pascal?
Thank you, Tom. The colonies, what an abysmal place. Some say the revolutionaries with the so-called War of Independence stole Her Majesty's properties when they deserted the empire. If so, I say good riddance to a lot of them. To this day, and on this day more than ever, I cannot understand what drove my ancestor to leave his proud heritage in Scotland behind in order to settle in the wilderness surrounded by savages, heretics, and criminals. And taking into account what a depraved lot my dear American relatives do comprise of, does nothing to modify my views of this nation or its people. And now, murder. I scarcely dare ponder the social implications of this lawyer's corpse having been found with his chest opened by an axe on our family's premises. But I'm jumping ahead of myself. I must admit, it's not easy to keep a clear head under the circumstances. After arriving in Boston, even my childhood memories had proven insufficient to prepare me of the ordeal which is spending a prolonged time in such an uncivilized country. And that is nothing compared to the joy I felt on being reunited with my dear cousins. The most positive trait I could attribute to Harvey, the sleazy lawyer, and Sidney, our oh so perfect doctor, is that they are not a scatterbrained socialist like Cousin Jake, or, not Fiona. Some things the gentleman must not permit himself to even think of a woman, even if she is such a daft bint, with the insufferable audacity to try and prevent us from attending the reading of the will by bribing one of the local constabulary. After a rather unpleasant reunion with the dear family, we were informed by Mr. Thompson of the rather peculiar nature of old Timothy's will. In essence, it comes down to us 5 Duncans in attendance being forced to reside within the confines of the estate for the whole weekend, until Monday morning, in order to receive an equal share of the inheritance, including the estate as well as the most likely substantial amounts of cash the old boy supposedly hid somewhere here. And off we went on a secret little treasure hunt while trying to keep up appearances of decency. And what finds we made. Family legends about a Robert Duncan who had apparently been murdered by his groom in 1692. Uncle Timothy's seeming interest in savage rituals, and a secret passageway connecting several rooms. But there was one real strange occurrence throughout the evening. Jack and I followed someone through the grounds who had seemingly entered the mausoleum, and unfortunately was able to leave before we could apprehend him, or better her, judging from the footprint I found. Jack was immediately all over us with theories of it being cousin Elizabeth, which is preposterous nonsense in my opinion. Why would she not show up for the reading of the will if she was here? And after all of this, I was woken in a rather unacceptable fashion by Jameson the butler the next morning. I say, I am not an unreasonable man, and I can accept that finding the lawyer's corpse like this must have come as a shock to the man. But waking the family in such an undignified way and not even helping me into my dressing gown? There are just limits to what I'm willing to suffer.
So as you're standing there, hovering over a dead body. Suddenly notice that Fiona has vanished. You can all do, we'll say, spot hidden rolls.
Oops. Guys.
Hard.
17.
Hard success.
Okay.
From what I chatted you, this is definitely reasonable. Fail.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Those who got hard or better, you think, I mean, you were shocked to see the body, but you do suddenly realize that you think you might have heard a door close somewhere. Fiona may have been too upset by seeing the dead body for her. So she's maybe gone up to her room upstairs. You're not sure. But then you're not that concerned. You also notice after a few more minutes looking around that Jack is also vanished.
So it's just the three of us?
It's just the three of you.
And the butler.
And the butler.
Damn, we can get a grip on yourself.
Where's Henrietta?
Henrietta's in the kitchen.
Well, I hope she's preparing breakfast.
I don't want to upset my wife. It's not my wife. The maid.
Is Mr. Turner's property in his bedroom? His briefcase, his important papers?
Yes, everything's there, including the stack of papers for the will.
Harvey heads to those.
Okay. There's quite a few of them. I think he said 400 and some odd bits.
Well, you're giving them a quick read through?
Often the important clue is right on top.
I just take a look around in the room.
Yeah, it's a bloody mess. It looks like somebody rather violently struck Mr. Turner in the chest. He fell onto the bed. He's bled all over everything. Those of you who are there, except for Harvey, who's now looking at the papers, you guys do a spot hidden. Actually, Harvey, you do a spot hidden for another reason.
Regular
success.
Me too. No, 6.
Okay.
Pot 5.
Okay, we'll get back to you in a second, Harvey. So, Lord Jeffrey, Sydney, you notice that it looks like Turner's chest. It's not just from the axe, but something has pulled it open. And Lord Jeffrey, you notice very clearly that Turner's heart has been torn out.
God. Take a look at this.
Yeah, you can do sand rolls.
This is
Thank you.
hard success.
What's my sanity? Success.
All right, if you passed, just take 2 points of damage. You also, since Lord Jeffrey, you got a really good roll there. There's something else that suddenly strikes you, that although there are definitely bloody footprints here and there in the room, possibly from the killer, that there are no footprints leaving the room.
Those footprints, what shape? Are they men's feet or like the smaller women? I thought that were women's feet.
They're small, but they're not high heels.
Like the footprint I found on the grounds yesterday?
Outside, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Look at
Can Sydney would like to lean in and look really closely at the body and see if he can determine anything else.
All right. Go ahead and do a spot hidden.
Just a regular success.
Nothing else seems to have been removed. The axe was used to crack open the chest, which severed the rib cage, and then it was partly pried open. And it looks like whoever was there just reached in and grabbed the heart, tore it out rather completely.
Was the lawyer a small man?
I'm sorry, what was that, Sydney?
Was the lawyer a small man? Would it have been easy to pry open his chest, or would it have taken a considerable strength?
It would have taken some strength.
Some strength, okay.
I mean, any grown adult would probably be able to do it to some extent once the ribs were cracked.
Certainly. I just didn't know if he was if he was rather portly or anything, where it would just be more
Lots
work or
fat.
anything.
No, there's not that. He was rather thin man. Harvey, you got an extreme. So you're looking through the papers, and at first everything seems in order, but you said at first that you thought anything important would be on the top, and of course the will is right on the top. But then you think maybe on the bottom there might be something important. So you work your way down there, and you find this document that, on second glance, it seems rather odd. It looks fresher than the other documents. And this is what it says, if you want to read this out for us.
This is from the law offices of Regis and Marsh, attorneys at law, which is not, just to remind everyone, the lawyer's name is Charles Turner.
Yes,
Regis and Marsh.
He works for Regis and Marsh.
Oh, okay. Amendment 219 concerning heirs to the Duncan fortune, dedicated to Mr. Joshua Marsh, dictated to Mr. Joshua Marsh of the law offices of Regis and Marsh on June 14th, 1926. Statement made by Timothy Broderick Duncan, Uncle Tim. This information must be kept confidential unless it becomes necessary to be revealed. It is well known that the Duncans are a large family with connections to members throughout the civilized world. This amendment concerns the disbursement of my estate in the event that my named heirs are unable to fulfill the requirements I set for them. About 20 years ago, I made the acquaintance of a beautiful woman by the name of Fontina Dulac. Our relationship resulted in a child, a son. Fellas, you've got to listen to this. Because of my position within society and the differences in our age, we were unable to formalize our relationship. I made sure she was provided for and our son given a proper education. His name is Manfred Dulac, but in reality, his surname is Duncan. If none of my named heirs are able to fulfill the requirements I have set for them, my entire estate, all my property and financial assets are to go to my true heir, Manfred Duncan. He is not to know of this arrangement except under the above stated circumstances. Well, this is a smoking gun if I'd ever seen one. Sydney, Jeffrey.
That's
Wow.
That's incredible.
Who would have thought of old Timothy?
I knew the old boy had it in him.
I personally didn't.
Actually, he didn't keep it inside of him.
Yes.
You would never suspect him of any sort of extramarital affairs, would you, Sydney? That's not really the Duncan way, is it, Sydney?
No, not at all. Was Uncle Timothy married?
No.
No? Okay. So he was just he was a confirmed bachelor. Honestly, I thought.
But aside from that, so this means if we leave here, this, what was it called? Manfred? DeLong
Manfred.
will receive the
Manfred.
whole.
He'd get everything.
I can't have that. I mean,
There's a very
what's
good.
his claim?
There's an excellent way for us to not survive the weekend.
At this point, Jameson goes to check on his wife. It's not his wife. His the maid, the cook.
Where's
She's
young
okay.
Jack
And where's Fiona?
and Fiona?
Jack, do you
Well,
return?
I think I heard Fiona run into her room.
I did one more message to you. If I'm successful, then
Yes,
no.
you're successful.
Okay. So then I would like to.
Are you coming back inside the house? They'll notice when you come in. They'll make noise with the door.
Oh, okay. Oh, I can't. All right. Yeah. So I'll just come in quietly through a side door.
You all can do listen rolls.
I'm too shocked.
I don't have that.
Nope.
Fail.
All right, then none of you hear Jack come in. Jack, what are you going to do as you sneak back in the house?
Oh, actually, yeah, I should probably just tell you. Okay, sorry. I'm going to sneak up to Tim's room and proceed to use the tools that I've gathered to pop the hinges and get into the room.
Okay. I'm going to have you do one more. Do a stealth, but with a bonus dice. Yeah.
I'm going to stealth hammer it.
The stairs can be squeaky.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Stealth. Oh, God. I don't think I have stealth. This is going to be really funny, isn't it? Stealth. Oh, no, I am kind of sneaky.
Who would have figured?
Oh, do I get a bonus die, you said?
Yes.
Okay, so the first is a close fail. But now...
And you can spend luck.
Oh, I can spend luck. Okay, I'm going to spend... Oh, how much luck do I have? Oh, I don't have luck here.
Oh, we didn't give you... Let's roll. You can roll for luck if you don't have luck on your sheet. I should have told you that last week. 3d6 times 10 times 5.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to spend 6 luck to make it sneaky.
Okay. So you manage to go up the stairs and down the hall, and you don't make any squeaky noises. And you get all the way to Uncle Timothy's door. Now, there's 2 doors, actually. There's a door to his study, and there's a door to his bedroom. Both of them are locked. Which one did you want to go to?
I'd like to go to the farthest one from
That's the bedroom.
The bedroom?
Right.
Do I know if the bedroom and the study are connected?
You're not sure, but they might be. They should be.
Okay. I will figure on that. And I'll also, so I'll go and try to pop those hinges.
Okay.
Actually, I'll try the doorknob again first, of course.
It's locked.
Yeah, okay.
Right. You're going to try to pop the hinges, the standard, by removing the pin?
Yeah. I'll just use a little screwdriver.
Okay.
With crowbar. Just try it.
Everybody else do listen rolls, because that's going to make some noise.
Oh, 8.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the second
I'm going to spend 2 points of luck to make it an extreme.
Well,
I've got
you hear it. You hear it. You don't have to do that. The second he starts clanging, you can hear that metallic clang.
That sounds like somebody's breaking into Tim's door.
I'm doing
You
this.
son of a bitch. And up the stairs.
All right. So you're leaving the dead
Jack,
body.
Fiona, what's going on?
I'm bringing the important document.
Okay.
We've got to get into this room.
Yeah,
I don't know
see
what
him
you
trying to
guys are fiddling around for. This is the important place to be. Plus, we've got to arm ourselves because there's some lunatic out here killing
A
us.
lunatic named Manfred.
Named
I show you
Manfred.
the paper.
Manfred?
I'm going back into the room of the lawyer.
Okay.
Does he has a suitcase or something?
He does.
Like for a briefcase or something. I'm looking for keys. I mean, if he locked the room to Uncle Timothy's, there must be a key somewhere. Most likely he has it.
Do a spot hidden for that.
Wait, Sydney, should we actually prevent Jack from entering?
Nothing, no.
I
don't
think
find
so.
any keys.
Yeah.
No.
All right, so the three of you are upstairs, and Jack is trying to pull the pins on the...
Okay, so you guys don't want to get in here? This is important.
I don't want to pay for any of the damages you're inflicting on the house out of my inheritance.
Popped hinges are 25 cents down at the corner store. I'll pay for it and install it myself.
You heard him, Sydney. He's paying for it.
He's paying for it. Yeah, fine. I mean, go ahead.
If you guys have a better idea, those keys haven't turned up unless one of you are hiding them.
We haven't looked for them, Jack. You saw a dead body and ran for a hammer.
I haven't found them in the lawyer's room.
All right, so you, without much difficulty, you remove the hinges. Now, the doors in this house are big carved oak, really beautiful dark wood. So they're heavy. Once you've popped the hinges, you're going to need some help to move the door.
Oh, yeah. Can we?
I'm a lawyer.
No.
Sydney's got doctor hands.
Yes, doctor hands, exactly. Not meant for manual labor.
Jeffrey, can you help with the door, please?
This is just insane. Okay.
Yeah, all we have to do is just move it over 2 feet and lean it against the door frame, and we can go in.
By the way, Harvey, I'm not sure, but in civilized parts, it would be mandatory of us to inform the police.
I don't know. Well, about what? The murder or us breaking into the room?
There's no.
This is our house. How can we break into a room?
That's an excellent point. And lawyer's chest getting opened by a client is that comes with the territory.
There's no working phone in this house, right?
Also, someone has to go down to the tower.
Maybe that's where Fiona's went. Maybe Fiona's gone. She's already had a contest.
Yeah, she's always so law-abiding.
I don't know, Lord Jeffrey. Your idea, you should go run down and make sure Fiona's okay and the police are summoned.
Could you
they would take you most seriously with your title and all.
I'm not the one who might lose his lawyer's license if he's not
Believe me, Jeffrey, losing my lawyer's license is the last thing I'm worried about.
We got some lunatic here that just killed somebody.
And there's a fortune on the other side of this door. So
Jameson comes up the stairs and he's like, "Oh, sirs, please don't damage the door."
Well, we just took it off the hinges. There's no keys. We're just sliding it over.
Oh, do be careful.
It's imperative that we get into this room. Do you have a master key?
No, sir.
That makes sense. That matches with what you said earlier. Let's get in here, guys. The four of us can at least take a look. Get to the bottom of this and share equally what we find.
All right. So you're going to move the door?
Yeah.
I guess Jack's going to drag it.
Yeah, if someone would help, we could move this.
I'm helping.
All right. We just need to move it over like 2 or 3 feet.
Yeah, you move it over 2 or 3 feet.
and then just lean it against the door frame and wall. Be gentle with it. So there's going to be 25 cents worth of door pins, and a half an hour of rehanging it will be fine.
All right. This is Uncle Tim's bedroom. It's very much like a very, very nice bedroom. There's a wardrobe with clothes hanging in it. There are dresser drawers with clothes in them. There's a big 4-poster bed with very elegant looking sheets. It's a big, tall bed. Like you almost have to climb up to get inside of it. There's a fireplace. There are a number of knickknacks. Was there an old gun downstairs?
There was the shotgun, yeah.
Shotgun, okay. Alternative, I could put it here, but it's not here. But other than that, I mean, it seems like there's a few books in a book in the thing next to the bed. This is just basically a bedroom. There is, however, a double door connecting to the study, which is unlocked.
Open it and enter.
All right. This room is got somewhat of a collection of items that he has collected over his lifetime. There's an old suit of armor in a corner. There are some bookshelves with books on them, some other knickknacks, and there is a large wooden desk.
Bingo.
That's on like the opposite end of the room from the fireplace. But there is something odd about the desk. It is a very large, very heavy, dark wooden thing, gorgeous. Maybe dark cherry wood, all with interesting carvings on the sides of it and so forth. But one end of the desk is pushed up against the wall. And so you go around the side of it to get to the seat, and then you're facing into the room. There are like 3 drawers on either side of the desk. So who wants to do what?
Oh, I'm all over that desk.
Okay.
I'm in the bedroom and taking a look at the books.
And I'm looking behind any hung paintings.
Okay.
Oh, I'm looking especially behind the books. So I'm like,
see if there's anything else. All right, I'd like you all to do spot hiddens.
52 is that a fail? Oh, darn it. Okay, so I'll do 2 more luck to make a pass.
38, just passed.
Okay.
I'll spend luck to pass as well.
Okay. Nobody got a hard?
No, just a regular.
Yeah,
nice.
Sydney?
I did.
Okay, Sydney got a hard. Jack, as you are looking through the drawers, you see stationery, you see some paperwork that looks like it has to do with financial stuff, nothing important. There's a couple of interesting sort of catalogs for antiques and things like that you find. But you also find in one of the drawers a .38 revolver.
Is there ammunition for this?
Yeah, there are an extra.
Does he do that?
shells.
Does he hold it up in this eureka moment?
Possibly.
I think he did.
It seemed to me he did.
Yeah. My God.
Now, Harvey, as you are looking around in the bookcases, it's not just books. There's knickknacks in there too. And you see at one point there is like one little cubby that there are shotgun shells, and there is a shotgun cleaning kit.
Ooh.
I
Harvey was with the paintings, so I found the shotgun shells on the cleaning kit.
Oh, okay. So you found the shotgun shells. You're looking at the paintings.
Well, I think it's too big to hide it in my
The cleaning kit. Yes.
The cleaning
even
kit.
the shells. I'm wearing a dressing gown, like bulging pockets.
Yeah, probably no pockets in it.
Yeah, I'm just looking behind paintings for the hopeful.
Okay, you're
hopefully
looking
I'm gonna
behind
find a
paintings.
wall safe.
We'll get to you then in a moment. And Sydney, what were you doing?
I went and started looking through drawers.
Okay, so you're doing the same thing. Sydney, you don't find anything other than he found the revolver. But Harvey, as you are looking around, you notice that on the wall that the desk is up against, there seems to be some sort of little hook, like something keeping a secret panel closed.
Some sort of a latch.
Yeah.
Fellas, we should move this desk. I think there's a secret door just the other side of it. Jeffrey, is that shotgun shells you found?
Well, yeah.
Now it'll take a couple of you to move the desk. It's very heavy.
Oh, yeah, I'll come out and help.
Yeah. Help.
And it makes a loud scraping noise.
Oh, wait, guys, can we get all of us on this to lift up so we don't damage the house that much?
Lower your hands.
No, I said I was helping.
Oh, so we got 3 of us helping.
All right. You should be able to pick
yeah.
it up with that. All right, you pick it up and move it, and indeed you find another one of these secret panels that opens and reveals a space inside the wall. I'd like you all to do spot hiddens as you are.
What on earth is this place? Has so many hidden passages.
Nope,
Not this time.
definitely not.
Hard.
Okay. Oh, cool. Oh, darn it. Do I have to re-roll the tens die since the ones die went on the floor?
No.
I got a 15 if I'm allowed to keep that tens die.
Keep that.
Okay, yeah. So that's a hard or maybe even heavier.
Anybody else get that good?
I failed.
I got a hard success.
You can see that this passage goes in both directions and possibly connects the bedroom with maybe another room down the hall, one of yours. But Jack, as you're looking, you notice a almost, you know what a cigar box is, but bigger than a cigar box, sort of tucked into a little cubby inside the wall. And this area right here doesn't look very dusty.
Oh, so he probably was in and out of here a lot. Sure, well, does it look like it's like I can just grab it or?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's take out a handkerchief and just sort of grab it.
Okay.
Slide it out and take a look. Is there enough light still coming from the study to kind of? Yeah,
there is. You can see there are a couple of books inside of this box. You want to take a look at the books?
Well, of course, yeah. Right. I'll take a look.
The first
here.
one that you pick up has got like a red leather binding. It looks old. The binding's very nice. The cover says "Spirits of the Other World," and the author is Alfonso Ricoletti. And inside the cover, it's 1621.
1621. Look at this. Who's closest to me?
They're all literally next to you.
Guys, look at this. This must have been really important to Uncle Timmy.
And as you're sort of flipping through it,
I'll flip
you do see
through
that
it.
there is a page that is marked.
oh, what's this here? So I'll bring the book back out into the light and set it on the desk and take that book out and let whoever else is around look at the other book. And I'll start looking at this first book.
Okay. There is another unmarked book, much smaller. Who wants to grab that one?
I'll grab it.
Was that Sydney?
Yeah.
Okay, Sydney grabs that one. All right, let's do the first one. Jack, you find a passage that seems to be well worn and read often. You can see by fingerprint marks on the pages and so forth. It says this.
The allegro rhythms catch their attention in the darkness and are best played on a small drum made of ram skin, although it's also possible to summon them with an offering of flesh. It is common to depict them in art with faces, but they truly have none, as they speak not. Their touch is icy and cold as they come from places no light has ever shone. The drum is beat to the rhythm of the caster's heart, as with each breath on each beat he recites, Lord of the Abyss, Nodens dark, Nodens strong, send to me a servant from the depths of midnight to aid me and to do my bidding. Salvet tenebris, salvate angustiae et venit ad me aninam noctis.
And you read that out loud?
Yeah, I did. I wanted to wow.
And we're all leaning over looking at it.
Yeah, nothing happens.
I butchered the Latin so heavily.
Does anyone speak Latin? Sydney, do you remember Latin from school?
Good question. Let's see.
Here.
Do you have Latin?
I had none. I went to a community college to get my associates.
Yeah, I only have English on my sheet here. So,
Lord Jeffrey, you must be educated in Latin.
Oh, it's been a long time, but no.
No.
Don't have Latin.
At the most any of you can come up with, you think that tenebris is shadows.
Okay. Wait, I've got a language. Did I? Oh, no, never mind.
And I think maybe salvete might mean hello or something. So maybe it's song lyrics or something.
It's the original.
Simon
and Garfunkel.
Simon and Garfunkel, the lost album.
All right.
Okay. Wait, what is this Nodens thing? Does that mean anything to anybody? Is that Latin too?
Can't say so.
I'm guessing maybe they just had no way of translating it. It might have been a proper name.
This is more witchcraft.
I know this sounds like he was a little bit off his rocker. What's the other book say, Sydney?
Before, I was going to text Sydney, but I'll just do it out loud. Sydney, do a POW roll.
Never good.
Oh, God.
All right, success. 64 out of 65.
All right. As you pick the book up, you get this odd sensation, almost a static electricity sort of sensation as you pick up the book. And for a moment, it's almost as if you think you can hear someone whisper to you, but you can't make out what the words are. You open up the book and you realize that what you have is Uncle Tim's diary.
Oh. The saucy bits.
The saucy bits.
All right.
Sorry.
So it looks like he's written it for quite a while. What do you want to do? It would take you a while to read the whole thing.
Yeah,
Sydney, what have you got?
It seems to be some sort of old journal. Kind of tightly scrawled, packed pages. It'll take a while for any of us to read. I suggest we continue searching before we sit down and do any research, and I'll pocket it.
Okay. Other than this, you don't really find anything in here. You do find, though, that there are other passages that go and connect parts of the house. Most of them are pretty dusty, but some of them are not so dusty.
So the 2 books were the total contents of that little box?
Right.
I want to walk next to Sydney as we stroll out of the room and say, Sydney, how comfortable are you with Jack having a pistol?
Not comfortable at all, actually.
Not comfortable either. He's sort of he's a little slapdash and eager for me. Do you think we should tactfully remove that from him?
Possibly. Yeah, if the moment seems right.
So I can count on you.
Yes, definitely.
Definitely.
I have no intention of getting shot by an impetuous youngster.
Nor I, my good man.
I mean, he's not even out of college yet.
No. But then again, I don't think he ever will be.
No, probably not. I'm just wondering if it'll be because of bad grades or if he gets kicked out.
Where are we off to? What's next, gentlemen?
How about breakfast?
Yeah. Then I suppose maybe we could send Jameson to town if we did feel like informing the police.
Not a bad idea.
None of us has to sacrifice his share. I don't think it's going to be possible to pry any of us out of the house at this point.
I spin around really fast with the with my small pick shovel at whatever's behind me that's blowing icy cold air on me.
There's nothing there.
Is
Do we
anyone
all
nearby?
see this?
Yeah, you see him suddenly jump and turn quickly.
What was that?
Jack? Is everything all right?
I just got really cold air blown down right behind me. Did you guys, any of you feel that?
No.
It's an old house. It's pretty drafty, Jack.
All right, this is creeping me out here. Someone's out there, and they just killed one of us.
It was your idea to come in here, Jack.
I know this is where we should be finding whatever Uncle Tim has, which makes sense to be searching here. But
I'm completely with you, Jack. I just you seem to be jumping at gusts of wind and saying you're creeped out by nothing.
Why would anybody want to murder the lawyer?
I don't know. Didn't you mention someone? Well,
I understand why people would want to murder lawyers in general. But why would anybody this weekend want to murder this lawyer?
it sounds like someone's trying to set us up to collect. Do you think it is Elizabeth, maybe?
But if nobody calls the cops, nobody's going to...
What could she gain from it?
All the money.
She wasn't here.
But if the lawyer's dead who's keeping an eye on this and we all spook out, it's going to be her word against his backup attorney or his backup lawyer.
Sydney, you're a doctor. Do you know what time of the night or early morning that Mr. Turner was murdered? Can you guess at that?
Could I do like a medicine roll or something, Tom?
Sure.
All right. My best skill. All right. That is an extreme success. That's a 13.
Well, you guys went and checked on him. I believe after you saw somebody in the yard.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's right.
that was around 11 o'clock. So it would have to be between 11 and 7 this morning. You would think from maybe the lividity, the blood pooling, that it's been at least 4 hours.
So someone could have
Someone in the
murdered.
middle of the night.
Somebody could have
Well, we
murdered
were
the
all
lawyer
sleeping.
and anybody else.
Right. But, I mean, do an idea roll.
Just
You
Doctor.
you can all do idea rolls because you're sitting there thinking.
This out. 82.
Regular success for me.
Fail.
69 regular.
Regular.
Okay. Any better than regular? Okay. There's 2 things that pop into your head. One is whoever did this would have been covered in blood because the room is covered in blood. You can't hit somebody in the chest and rip out their heart without blood getting all over you. Second, there were no footprints leaving the room.
It's got to be a secret door.
Oh, wait a minute. If someone's covered in blood, and how's the water pressure in the sinks here? I mean, does it just kind of come out a little bit? That's going to be hard.
From what you recall, I mean, the place doesn't have that kind of plumbing. It doesn't have, it's not hooked into city plumbing.
So it's just a local well water. So
there may be a well, but there's also a cistern. And the cistern, as you recall, is in the attic. It's a big tank in the attic that provides water pressure by being filled with water.
I mean, we'd be able to see, unless they were super professional, we'd be able to go to the few sinks in the house to see if anyone's tried washing.
Did it rain all night?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
So they simply could have left the house and had let the rain wash away any blood.
Yeah, go.
But I would have left a trail.
You said you
There's
saw
no
some
trail.
Yeah, good point. Trail. And you can't get, it's carpeting, right? Or is it hardwood floor?
Well, is the window locked? Or?
It's hardwood floors, but there are like oriental carpets here and there.
And we're not seeing any droplets anywhere.
What was your question? Is the window locked?
Yeah, like would it look like somebody maybe have gone in or out?
For the most part, you're remote enough that probably not much is ever locked.
Okay. Does it look like there's any, other than the general spatter around the room, would there be a significantly more blood anywhere? Like a person stood there long enough to either open a secret passageway or possibly like go through the window or like.
Are you going to go back down to the room?
Yeah, I'll go back down to the room.
Upstairs.
I thought I walked back down to figure out how long he'd been dead. But yeah, no, I'll totally go downstairs.
We'll go downstairs.
All right. So you guys are all back in that room. You can sort of, now that you're thinking of it, you can see where the blood definitely leads towards a wall. And there's splatters on the wall, but you can see that one might look like a handprint partly. Without much difficulty, you find the panel that slides, and you can see there is a passage.
Do we think it's a man or a woman's hand? Is there enough of a print to tell?
It looks fairly small. You're guessing
Fiona.
it's definitely not your hands, but well, I mean, it could be Fiona, it could be Elizabeth.
It could be a tiny Manfred.
Could be a tiny man. Do a spot hidden now that you've found the panel.
Just whoever found it?
Well, no, you're all standing there, I assume.
Failed.
Fail.
Way fail.
Oh, fail.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
So what you see is you can see the blood splatters sort of going around the corner as if there were some drips. But you can follow those if you want to.
Is the tunnel like, if you entered the tunnel and went down it, would it be pitch black?
For not right away, because there's some light coming in.
Grab like a candlestick or any source, like maybe like a small like little oil lamp from the room, and
sure.
I'll look at the rest of the folks. And anyone?
Go ahead.
Right.
Jack, you've got a gun. Would you like to take the lead?
We should probably stick together. Well, we should probably have the light in the lead, because if whoever's not has, can we have more than one light?
Sure.
Yeah, and
there are hurricane
take the
lanterns
light
and things like
you can.
that.
You can have the lantern and the gun.
Well, no, here I can't carry all of this. So here, it's one of you here, Lord Jeffrey. Does any one of you want just something so we can protect ourselves?
I'll take a hammer.
If you wait a second, Tom, I'll go to the entrance hall and pick up my cane.
Okay.
All right, there we go. Here, Sydney. Here.
I'll take the hammer.
Just so you can have that in the lantern. And can I go find another light? Would that be not too difficult?
It's not difficult. There's going to be.
Okay. So it's better if we have a couple of sources of light in case.
How long would it take me to run and get the shotgun now that we've got ammunition?
The one that's hanging up? Literally a couple of minutes. But not. It's old and hasn't been cleaned.
Oh, yeah.
There's the cleaning kit.
Oh, do it. If you're saying this out loud, please. Yeah. Harvey, yeah, do it. I mean, there's
I'll clean it with some live rounds.
Okay. It's going to take probably, a half an hour or so?
I won't clean it. I'm just going to get it. I'm just going to get it and put 2 shells in.
Okay. All right.
Shotgun, they're simple. What could go wrong?
Now, wait a minute. Oh, okay. With my zero skill in that, I would not know to strongly recommend against that.
What kind of lord am I? Don't I go hunting?
Don't clean it. You don't need it. It's just dirt. It just blasts out.
I know I should clean it.
There's some things that you have to roll for and some things that you just know. I mean, you're like Lord Jeffrey said, you are a lord. You've gone bird shooting.
Okay. Harvey, I don't know if you ever shot one of these, but if you're not going to clean it before pulling the trigger, please stay away from me. It might just blow up in your face. I'm not opposed to it blowing up in your face. I'm just opposed to me being near it.
How cousinly of you.
Right, yeah.
I can clean it, but it would take half an hour.
Hey, now, come on, Lord Jeffrey. I mean, I know none of us like Harvey, but I mean, I don't want to see him dead.
Yeah.
I mean, no offense,
Didn't
Harvey.
say that.
Jack, I'm standing right here.
Oh, no, sorry.
Jack, why don't you go
Actually,
ahead?
it says, I take it back. It says your cleaning takes 1 hour. I know nothing about cleaning guns.
I guess you have to dismantle it.
Well, you're right. I'm going to have to soak it. All right.
You'd have to know how to soak it. Oh, well, you got the kit. Okay.
Give me the hammer.
All right.
Oh, no.
Here you
Sydney's
go.
got the hammer.
I'll hand him the hammer. Here you go.
All right. So once you're inside the wall, there's only room for one person to walk. But there are a couple of spots in there where you actually have to turn sideways to get past them. But you can see this leads to some of the other rooms in the house. But where the blood spots lead, there is a panel that when you open it, actually opens to the outside of the house. There are some hedges that are fairly high at that corner of the house, and you're coming out behind them so nobody would see if you were exiting the house. The ground is a little mushy and wet, but there are definitely footprints in that part.
So it would seem we've found the exit way for our murderer.
Are these footprints distinct enough to follow?
Yeah, it was a wet night.
Again, those womanly footprints, or
the same ones, yeah. In this case, it looks like, and it looks like they're going in both directions, coming and going. Your guess is that they're heading towards the garage, where the cars would be.
Do they look like my footprints?
No.
Suppose. So Uncle, we all were there for the letter where we found out Uncle Timothy had a bastard. So there was an age difference between the two, right? I'm assuming a much younger girl.
By the way, where's that letter?
Harvey has it.
That's Harvey. That's the original.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, you should really look after that letter. It would be a shame if it got lost or destroyed or something.
What are you thinking, Jeffrey? Standing there in your house coat with your cane.
Did they read to me the letter?
Yes.
They told you about it. Yeah.
Okay. So we don't have anything to worry about if the letter's only going to help this guy out if we all disappear. And we're not going to disappear.
There may be somebody else with other intentions.
Oh, I see. Like as insurance. Well, we should keep it then. If they try to confront us, we can threaten the destruction of it. Otherwise, they just think we're bluffing.
Don't kill me or I'll tear up this letter.
Or burn it. But we could prove to them that we have it by showing it to them.
I think a lot rides on there not being a copy of that letter, especially when we know there's a second lawyer watching whether we exit or enter the manor all weekend long. Do you think Uncle Timothy was going to leave something like that letter up to chance, or are we confident it's the only one?
Yeah, that's a good point.
By the way, has it been raining?
No, but it's wet.
Okay.
If these footprints lead to and from the garage, should we go investigate?
Let's stay
Let's
together.
do that, and then let's have breakfast. It's insufferable.
Little
Right.
bit.
So you walk towards the garage, and at a certain point, Jack, you notice your footprints. Though you didn't notice these footprints before, maybe you weren't paying attention.
Yeah.
Your footprints, Jack, go to the first. It's garage and stables.
Yeah.
The horses. There's no horses. Yours went directly to the first one, which kind of looked like it had like a work shed in it.
Yeah.
And you found your shovel and your
The little shovel and the hammer.
and the hammer. I would like you to do a spot hidden, kind of retroactively.
Sure.
I didn't do it at the time.
Oh no, that's a horrible fail.
Okay.
84.
But these other footprints, they're going to the second part of the stable, or the garage. So you get to that part of the garage, and you can see that these doors open like sideways.
Okay.
Do you open them?
What do you think, guys? We made it out here. We might as well.
Yeah, sure.
Sure, we're armed to the house coat. Let's go in.
I should also mention that you notice there are tire tracks.
Huh.
Fresh?
Not that fresh. Definitely they've been rained on. And
Were all of our vehicles left in front of the...
Yeah, your cars are all out here
Okay.
in a semicircle. All right, you slide open the door, and there is a rather fancy, I don't know what kind of smaller, rich cars. There's a fancy rich car.
Yeah.
Oh, Rolls Royce have been around forever.
Well, it's not a Rolls. It's not that big. It's more
like a little coupe, but
like
a real
a Rambler,
nice.
a coupe, or a Rambler of some sort. And it's sitting inside there. It looks very clean. like maybe it got rained on and cleaned in the rain.
Do we notice any blood in here?
No, there's no blood once you're outside.
Since Harvey has the hammer, we were right next to the tool shed. You might as well grab something.
I'm okay. I'm going to let the fighters fight.
I wonder if there's a registration in the glove box, and I'll go investigate.
All right. When you get to the glove box, when you get to the car and you look inside, there is a purse inside, and it looks like there's a suitcase in the back seat.
Gentlemen, Exhibit A and B.
Is there an ID in the purse, Harvey?
You can look.
I do look.
Yeah. You open it up, and there's a couple of little things in there that you almost immediately recognize. And when you open up the ID, you can see that it is Elizabeth Duncan.
Cousin Elizabeth.
She's here. Oh, I bet you. Is there an attic to this place?
No, not at the garage. No.
She left and came back.
We know Cousin Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Would Cousin Elizabeth rip someone's heart out?
Cousin Elizabeth, you know her. You would think that she was the most, as other than Lord Jeffrey, the most prim and proper individual. You can't imagine her walking in the rain and getting her shoes dirty.
When did any of us see her last?
Years.
So, her demeanor could have changed.
Maybe. She was always uptight and stuck up. She's had how many? She's had numerous husbands, all of whom have died.
Just a little bit of a black widow, eh?
So I'm wondering if she's trying to make that upon us then, that little...
I opened the suitcase. Is it women's clothes?
Just her stuff, yeah. Looks like she was planning on staying.
But there's no blood or anything.
What would be the sense of all of this? Harvey, with the papers, I think Mr. Thompson took notes. He wrote down a document recording who was in attendance and who was not. Do I remember correctly?
He did.
Even if the lawyer is dead, without this document, which she can hardly forge, she's not here. She hasn't been here. So what is the sense of her not showing to the reading of the will?
Crazy theory.
Oh, well, that's something new for this weekend.
Yes. What if she knew she was going to miss the deadline, or maybe she doesn't care about the deadline at all, and she decided she was just going to take the inheritance as her own. So, theory, we've watched her exit and enter the house. She was in the room where the murder took place.
We don't know that. We know bloody footprints led to the garage and back. We don't know that they're Elizabeth's.
You know that bloody footprints led to the door to the outside. And possibly and those same footprints seem to have led here. But they're not bloody once you get outside into the rain.
Might I perhaps Elizabeth showed up early and Manfred killed her.
Oh my.
We all showed up at the same time. Jack and Fiona showed up at the same time. The three of us showed up at the same time. What if Elizabeth came early and bumped into Manfred?
Harvey, do an idea roll.
A success, a regular success.
Okay. You recall in that document that you have towards the bottom of it, Manfred was not to know any of this.
That's true.
He wouldn't know.
Manfred doesn't know that he gets everything if he kills us.
So it's back.
But Elizabeth knows that if she kills us all, she gets everything. She destroys the document that says who was here. She's the only survivor. It's all hers.
She could have offered splitting it or bribing the lawyer to have a second duplicate copy, just saying it's her.
What sense in murdering him?
And when he didn't comply,
she'd get the signed letter with just her name on it, and then everyone's dead. Man, no, but that would frame her though. Just doesn't make sense.
Okay, do we have any hopes of finding anything else here? Otherwise, as much I love seeing you in your sleeping gowns, I would say we get dressed decently and recommerce for breakfast. And maybe a little drink.
Have you all do spot hiddens too?
That is a success on my end.
Nope.
Hard pass. Hard success.
Okay. Those of you who succeed, you notice something now as well. Something outside the door to the garage looks like there's an indentation kind of in the mud and dirt, and there's a place where it looks like something was scraped. And the more you look at it, the more it seems like something was dragged in that direction, and it's pointing right towards the mausoleum.
Something large?
Well, something decently heavy, like, maybe 60 or 70 pounds.
Huh.
It doesn't really dig into the ground, but it definitely makes an impression.
There wasn't.
I texted all of you, if you didn't see my text.
There wasn't like a guard dog or something on the premise, was there?
No, there's no dogs on the property.
Oh, roll.
I responded.
Yeah, I saw.
Fail.
Okay.
Something was dragged in that direction.
So yeah, something's been dragged towards the mausoleum.
And it's not raining right now?
Correct. It's just wet.
Well, I'll start going in that direction. Look, something's clearly been brought out there. Who knows what the heck's going on?
I'll follow after you, Jack.
Yeah, I mean,
Sure.
I'm wondering if this is. I mean, what happens if this is Elizabeth? Only she's not perpetrating the perpetrator, but a victim as well. I mean,
Well, you have a gun.
yeah, I know that I'd like to
wouldn't
stick
that be
together.
horrible?
Well, Lord Jeffrey, it would. I mean, death is a pretty. Lord.
Well, let's continue on.
All right. Who has?
By the way,
shotgun?
do we have anything to open the padlock?
Well, there's a hammer and a small shovel.
Do we have?
I don't-
What are those barry things? Crowbar.
Oh, there might be one in the tool shed.
Well, be a good boy and take a look, Jack.
I've already
Jack?
got stuff.
Jack,
You go take a look. Harvey, you got the shotgun, right?
I don't. Because everybody was concerned, but I know how to use a firearm. Jack, can I have that handgun?
Uh-oh. Did I drop?
No, we can hear you.
Oh, you can? Oh, good. Sorry, I got choppy for a second. Yeah, okay, so you got the shotgun. So we've got...
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Jack, I didn't bring the shotgun. Everybody's screaming at me that I needed to clean it.
Yeah, okay. Well,
but I do know how to use firearms. Perhaps I'm the best man to have the handgun.
I don't know about that, Harvey.
I'm pretty sure that I'm the best with the handgun, Jack.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that somebody's dealt with some pretty shady characters before, and I don't know if I fully trust you.
Well, dealing with shady characters is part and parcel of being a lawyer. I'm from Detroit.
Very shady, Harvey. I'm sorry. You've seemingly crossed some lines. And
Jack, Jack, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about I'm getting threats. And I don't want to talk about this in front of everybody.
I think you should definitely talk about this. Jack.
Be quiet, Sidney.
In fact, you've already started talking about it in front of everybody. What threats are you receiving and on whose behalf?
Jack, I think Jack has been smoking some of that marijuana that the young men and women like in the university.
I saw a movie about that recently. How terrible.
Yeah. Harvey, you're, I'm sure, a wonderful person. I just don't trust you. You've worked with people that are very shady, and I don't know how far down that path you've gone. I'm not accusing you of this murder, but I don't feel at all safe with you having
what
a
murder,
gun.
Jack?
What's that?
What murder? The lawyer, or are you referring to another incident?
The in the house. I'm not accusing you. I'm just saying.
All right,
then give
Jack.
me the gun, Jack.
Yeah, give Sidney the gun, Jack.
Give Sidney the gun.
I'm a doctor. I have sworn an oath not to harm.
Well, tell you what, let's head out there, or I'm going to head out there and see what's going on.
Okay.
Well, we're in the garage. Is there any sort of a tire iron or anything?
You're in front of the garage, yes.
I will pick
in fact, the room right next to you, there's a lot of tools and things.
Is there a shovel?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm sure there is gardening stuff.
I'll pick up a long shovel.
In fact, do a spot hidden, Harvey, if you're looking.
That's not going to do it. I think I'm just looking around for the nearest implement of destruction.
Okay. Well, there's things. Anything you can think of that you find in a work shed. All right. So actually, you guys are all standing in front of the garage, looking towards the mausoleum. What do you want to do?
So I'm keeping a bit of a distance from Harvey with his long shovel, but I'm going with the group. Just
actually, it's a splitting maul. Jack, I found a splitting maul.
All right, so you just stay
there.
there.
4 people, all try to be in the back.
15 feet in between us. I'm fine.
All right. So you walk across the property towards the mausoleum. In places where there's muddy ground, you can see that something was dragged towards the mausoleum. In grassy spots, you can't really see that, but you can tell that probably something pushed the grass down. You come up to the mausoleum, and you can definitely see remnants of mud on the steps going into the mausoleum and through the gate. The mausoleum is this big, what do I want to say, alabaster, sort of white marble structure. And there is a doorway, and there are steps leading up, and there's an iron gate. But you can see through the iron gate a little bit. And you can see that there is mud inside. There is a padlock that looks like a fairly fresh padlock. But it's not a particularly big padlock. You'd mentioned you had a hammer. You could probably smash it without much difficulty.
But if somebody had a padlock, look, the padlock is locked. So that means whoever went in and out of here has the key.
So,
Well, we are looking for somebody. I mean,
let's break our way in.
Okay.
and the drag path goes right there.
Goes right into it. Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez. God, I hope. Didn't care for Elizabeth, but I hope she's not dead.
so are you going to shoot the lock off, Jack, or however you going to smash it, or
shoot the lock off, Jack?
That's gonna waste all the ammunition. Use a crowbar.
what do you plan on using the ammunition for?
I don't know. Whoever's killing and dragging bodies around. But
All right,
this
Hope you don't plan on using it on any of us, Jack.
No, none of us killed anybody. We were all upstairs, and someone knows the full layout of this place.
So who is going to break the lock?
I don't have anything to break it with.
I've got a big splitting maul. I'll break the lock. What do we think? Is that a fighting roll?
No, I'd say it's automatic.
Oh, perfect. Even better.
Smash the damn thing until it breaks. All right, so you do it. You smash it, and it breaks, and the gate opens with a. All of you do a con roll, however, because you're starting to get whiffs of dead.
Fail.
Fail.
Hard pass.
Okay.
Fail.
Really, the doctor. You can do an extra.
Cool.
An extra roll.
Glad I didn't have breakfast.
Or Duncan, I don't
Hard
know
success.
why. I don't know why it doesn't bother you, but you can smell decay.
I was in the Great Wall.
That's true.
There we go.
All right. So those of you who failed, you feel a wave of nausea because you can smell death. I mean, you know what it smells. It smells like dead people. Now, the mausoleum is only used for people who have been buried, who have lived in the house on a permanent basis. So once you're inside, and I assume you still have your lanterns with you from when you were in the wall, you look around, and what you see is there is a corridor going into the little hillock that's there. And lining the walls are 18 sarcophagi, going down the sides. Not ancient Egyptian things. They're just they're just coffins. They're niches where bodies are put. Towards the front, you definitely see one that is Uncle Timothy. That's the freshest one. And they go all the way to the back, back to Richard Duncan, the oldest.
Oh, wow. Back in 16, whatever.
Right.
The one that was murdered in the Great Hall.
Well, that's right. You found that stain. Yeah.
This house has a history of murder.
Who stabbed him again? The original?
The groom.
It's apparently
I don't
the
remember.
groomsman.
The groomsman. Okay.
His groom stabbed him.
All
With an
right.
iron spike.
So what would you guys like to do? There are definitely a lot of marks on the floor as if there's no dust, But then again, it was just used a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
When they
But it shouldn't
There were
smell,
muddy
though.
footprints.
Oh, it
Right?
does
It
smell.
shouldn't smell.
Well, it smells a little. I mean, there's a dead body in here that's 2 weeks old.
Where did the muddy footprints lead?
Yeah. And the
They come right in the door. There's a dragging marks. And then there's a place. The way this is built, there are a couple of little niches. You don't know whether they're decorative, but it looks like something was dragged over towards one, and you can't see it's towards the back of the thing unless you're going farther in.
Yeah. I follow the footprints.
All right. Now, we'll say Lord Duncan is going the farthest in. You follow it to a place, and there is it looks like one of the old coffins has been shoved, it has been removed and then put back, but it hasn't been pushed all the way back in.
Oh my God. Cousins, give me a hand here.
All right.
What is it? Then I'll go over and see what I can do to help.
Here we'll have to pull the coffin out.
First thing that you notice, much to your horror, is that if you push on the coffin, it gives a little, but it kind of pushes back. So are you going to pull the coffin out?
Yep.
I have a bad feeling about this.
You pull the coffin out, and assuming you lay it carefully on the ground, and you can see traces of mud and blood on the back of the coffin. And when you shine a light up and look into the cubby, Elizabeth's body,
oh my God,
has been jammed behind this coffin. You can do sanity rolls.
Fail.
Fail 1d4. Pass. Just take 1 point.
Pass. I passed.
3. Never did like that.
Still 1 point.
All right. Sydney, do a medicine roll.
Oh my God.
45.
Well, Jack, I think we can rule out Cousin Elizabeth.
Just a regular success. Top.
Regular success.
This is.
Cousin Elizabeth has had her chest ripped open.
Oh my God! Like the.
Her heart missing.
Is her heart gone?
You can, unless you're going to drag her body out. You're almost definitely sure that's what's gone.
I'll drag her body out.
Yeah, well, then you can see quite clearly.
Her heart's
poor
missing.
girl.
Sydney, Jeffrey, and Jack do power rolls.
Power rolls. Okay. Oops.
25.
55.
My dice are awesome tonight.
Hard, extreme.
I have a hard.
You all passed?
Yep.
1 second. 55. Oh, fail.
Okay. So you're rather horrified. Go ahead and tell me what else you're going to do while you're in here.
Well, we're going to yank her out of there, and we look, and her chest is open, and her heart is gone. And I say to Jeffrey and Sydney and Jack, something is collecting hearts. Maybe this is obvious.
Really?
Something is on the premises collecting hearts, and it whispered to me to kill you all and take your hearts.
Harvey?
What now?
But I didn't do it because I love my cousins so much.
Oh my God! I heard something just like that. I think we heard the same voice.
Okay, this joke has gone far enough.
I think if you're hearing voices, Jack, you should hand me the gun right now.
That's an excellent idea.
I agree with Sydney.
Absolutely.
Jack, hand Sydney the gun.
Why?
Give me the bullets then.
Voices? And you asking why?
It will prevent me from hitting you with this axe.
No, okay, I'm stepping back. No.
Okay,
no,
Jack,
no.
You're pointing the gun at me now? Jack?
No,
Jack.
You guys.
I'm asking
No.
for the bullets at this point, Jack.
Okay,
You can keep
I'm
the
just
gun.
gonna walk out. I walk out of the tomb. You guys, if you guys think I'm the murderer, I'm not even gonna go close to you then.
Didn't say you were the murderer. I
We
said I
didn't,
don't
Jack.
trust a man who's hearing voices with a gun.
all of you in the last day and a half have heard stuff and had weird stuff happen to you.
No, I haven't.
No.
None of us are armed, though, Jack.
Yesterday I did what?
Weird stuff?
Did I just get... No, disconnected. This is a horrible time to get disconnected.
No, you're still there.
You're still here, bud.
Oh.
Now he's disconnected.
No.
What? Oh, what was that? I'm terribly sorry. I missed the last.
We waited for you.
Thank you.
I asked you why you're telling me I've been hearing things and I haven't been. Why would you presume to tell me I'm crazy? Is this a misery loves company situation, Jack?
No, this was you had a jump startle yesterday before we went to bed in the evening. Harvey heard voices as well.
I cut my hand on a statue.
No
jump startle.
Jump startled. If something is whispering to us to collect hearts and bring the hearts to it, it means it's got to be somewhere on the premises. It's some of this witchcraft stuff that Uncle Tim was involved in. There's got to be some sort of a heart collecting thing somewhere.
Yeah.
It's my professional opinion. You're both kind of...
While they are arguing, I'm wandering over to the coffin of Uncle Timothy.
Okay.
Is that like a stone plate or is
well, no, it's a standard modern for the 1920s coffin. It's a wooden thing. It's rather fancy with a lid.
Break the seal, Jeffrey. Open it up.
Well, none of us have been here for the funeral, am I right?
None of you were here for the funeral.
I'm asking the others.
Okay, no. I was just telling them that they have.
Yeah, so we know ourselves.
No, we were not, Jeffrey.
Sydney, help me flip the lid on this sarcophagus, sir.
Are you thinking Timothy's not dead?
On the one we pulled out of the wall or on Uncle Tim's?
All right.
On Uncle Tim's.
Sure, go ahead. I'll help him.
It's not that hard to do. You have to kind of pull it down onto the ground.
Okay.
Once you've got it down onto the ground, you open up the lid, and inside is apparently Uncle Tim, except that all that's in there is a skeleton. And the skeleton is completely clean. There's not even a remnant of blood or meat or anything that's on it.
Is it dressed? Does it have
just like something you'd find in one of the offices at the hospital? It's just a clean skeleton.
Well, it's not articulated. It's just
the
bones of the skeleton. So
that's not right, Sydney.
So basically,
not at all.
Skeleton. We can't tell if it's Uncle Timothy.
Well, there's something that a lot of people don't know about skeletons. That I personally do know, and that's that skeletons actually kind of look like the person. You know, the reason why your face looks like it does is because you've got bone structure that makes your face look like that. So, kind of when you look into the face, you can tell that's Uncle Timothy. The jaw shape and everything is there. So you're 90% sure that's Uncle Tim. But
why is he just bones?
That makes no sense.
Makes no sense.
Where's the smell coming from then?
Elizabeth.
Possibly just the
fresh.
Possibly just the entire room has that sort of smell to it.
Is there another relative? Would we have to pull them all out of their slots essentially to check in them?
Do a spot hidden for me.
I will spend 3 luck to make that a success.
Okay. Aside from the one that you removed where Elizabeth was. All of the other ones are covered in a thick coat of dust, just from being there for decades and decades, except for Richard's, which is all the way down on the end. There's still a lot of evidence to show that it's been there for a long time, but that it has recently been moved.
Got a bad feeling about this.
Who's going to help me pull it down?
I will.
Okay. It is a big, heavy thing. Although it's not particularly, you don't think that there's much of a body inside of it anymore. You pull it down, and this has been nailed closed. And you notice that there are some odd scratches, like in the top of the coffin, as if somebody tried to carve symbols into it.
It's some kind of witchcraft.
But you managed to get it open. When you open it, Richard is there. This time it is a desiccated body, that's been desiccated for a couple of 100 years. You can tell that you don't know what he looked like. He definitely had clothes on. He's not just a skeleton. And he is clutching a small book in his nasty, bony, blackened fingers.
I'll try and pry it out without breaking off too many of the old things.
Okay. You managed to do that. He's very dry, and his fingers do snap off as you do it. You can do sanity rolls. And there's dust, from
Watching the doctor work.
that makes you sneeze.
Fail.
Okay. Just take a point of damage if you a point of sanity loss. But you've got the book in your hand. Now the book is damaged. It's almost crumbling. The spine on it has definitely worn its way through. What do you want to do with it?
I prefer to. I want to just hold on to it until we get inside, and I can set it down on a desk and kind of carefully open it up and take a look at it. Does anybody object to us waiting until we're in a safer space to take a look at the book?
I completely agree with you.
Jeffrey's still waiting for breakfast.
Should we take a last look around this place and see if we can one last look and then off to breakfast, or I suppose it'd be brunch at this point.
A little hungry myself. I've been by the entrance since I got some distance.
Right, you were angry.
Yeah, and I'm just sort of looking around. I'm nervous that this killer could be out there, so I'm kind of peering around to see if anyone's in front trying to sneak up on us.
I would like you, Jack, to do a spot hidden roll.
Certainly. A complete failure, 91.
Okay. All right. Never mind. You guys have gotten a lot of failures.
Yeah. Maybe I should hand this revolver to someone. I'll probably be rolling 99 on the turn.
All right. What do you guys want to do? Are you going to go back to the house?
I think so. I think with the book, we'll go back to the house.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the wet, muddy ground, do we see any new tracks other than ours?
Since you came here, no, you don't see anything new. All right. You walk back to the house. And you go inside, and everybody do. I'm going to call it a spot hidden, but it's not really a spot hidden. And I'll do a spot hidden. It's like a notice roll.
Oh, 5. Extreme.
Hard.
Sorry, come again?
Hard success.
Yeah, I got a hard success as well.
Spot hidden.
Or Jeff.
That's hard. Yeah.
Okay. Wow, you all got really good rolls. Well, that actually makes a lot of sense because when you walk in the house, the one thing that you almost immediately notice, because you mentally were anticipating it, you don't smell any food. You walk into the house and you walk towards the dining room, and there's no food set out.
Can we? I'll call out to Henrietta.
Oh shit, she's dead.
Final straw.
Oh, she's just in the kitchen. She's probably.
I'm just yelling, Jameson!
You yell for Jameson, you yell for Henrietta. They don't show up.
I'm going to get the shotgun in the cleaning kit.
I'll go in the kitchen. They probably just don't hear us back in the kitchen.
You go into the kitchen, and it's very odd. It looks like there was a moment when maybe Henrietta had started to cook, but
nice.
The stove is cold, and there's no sign of either one of them.
It's just the startings of lunch in here.
What?
I'll call again. Henrietta!
Nothing.
Where are you?
I'd like to grab a fire poker from the nearest stand that has one, and I'll start heading towards Jameson's rooms.
Okay. You walk through the kitchen, down the hall, to the servants' quarters, and there's 2 doors, his and hers.
Through his.
Okay. You open up Jameson's door, and the room is, it looks like he got up. Obviously, he got up this morning. His room is made, but there's no sign of him.
Take a look in Henrietta's room.
You look in Henrietta's room, and what you find in the corner of the room, heaped up into a pile, is a bunch of bloody, muddy clothes. And she's nowhere to be seen.
Whoa!
Could have been. I'll call the others into the room.
I'll go running over.
Seems we've found the assailant's clothes, was because Elizabeth was clothed, correct?
Correct.
Or was she? Yeah. Okay. So this
yeah, correct.
Okay. Just her. I'm assuming her top was torn open to get to her chest and stuff, but
correct.
Otherwise,
yeah.
Okay.
She wasn't stripped.
So this is obviously our assailant's clothing.
Are they Henrietta's clothing?
Yes, it looks like maid's clothing.
And they're covered in blood.
Blood and mud.
Okay.
Is the blouse torn like a heart was removed?
No. It looks like she took off her clothes.
Most of dirty clothes.
It's every rich person's nightmare.
If you recall last night, she claimed that she was not decent. So she kind of peeked around the door. She didn't let you see her.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
When I went to check in on her.
Well, being covered in blood and mud isn't decent. She wasn't lying there.
I would like you all.
Where is she?
As you guys are in the house and moving around in the house, I'd like you all to do spot hidden rolls.
Fuck yeah! All right.
Freaking
Extreme. You got a 1?
Yeah.
Hard.
Awesome.
1? Nice.
Wow.
All right. So anybody fail?
Just regular.
None of you failed. You all got okay. So we'll start with the regular people. As you're in there, at some point you sort of are glancing out the window, and something seems either different or wrong. You get the weirdest feeling that you're being watched. Those of you who did somebody get a hard?
Yes.
Okay. As you're standing there and you're looking out the window, everybody's attention sort of suddenly turns towards the window. You're looking and you're trying to concentrate, and one of the gravestones in the cemetery back there, and it's quite a ways away, suddenly falls over. You see it actually fall over. You imagine it makes a big thump when it hits the ground.
I pointed out. Humana.
Lord Duncan, you see the thing fall as well. And as you see it fall, you see what looks like a hand come up out of the ground, and something is starting to climb out of the grave.
And as I see that, I draw the sword from my cane.
Holy cow.
Of course I have a sword in there.
All right. Now, what's this for? So there's some...
Look!
What?
I point out of the window.
Anything.
Does it become clear when he points it out?
Yeah.
My God.
Sweet Lord! Give me that gun, Jack!
But okay. What makes you be any better with this than me? And
Is it completely out of the grave yet?
No, it's moving like extremely slowly, but you see it's definitely trying to get out. Now, this is not the mausoleum. This is just the regular graveyard. And it's quite a distance. So you keep thinking, am I really seeing something? But you're pretty sure that's an arm coming out there. And
that might be her. Instead of getting lunch, she might have gone out there messing with the grave or something.
I'm going to the back door and going to the graveyard. With my axe. I haven't had time to monkey with the shotgun.
All right. I would like you to do a luck roll.
I'm waiting at the window.
Yeah, I'm watching out the window.
No.
Okay. As you get to the back door and you open it, are you just going right towards that?
My intent is to go out there and whack whatever it is with the axe. So I'm sure Harvey's all jacked up.
Okay.
So if he opens the door and anything surprises him, he's probably going to hit it.
Okay. Well, the thing is, it is a surprise because that's why you failed your luck.
Right.
You open up the door and you step out onto the porch in the intent on going after that thing. And out of the corner of your eye, before you can completely turn your head, you see Jameson standing there with the axe in his hand, and he is going to swing it at you.
Oh, fuck.
It's the help. The help have revolted.
Are you going to dodge or try to fight back? I suppose. Technically, he would get a swing at you.
Absolutely. Wait, let me. If I fight back with the axe, is that just a fighting brawl?
That is correct.
I fight back with the axe since it's in my hand.
Okay.
It's like the Middle Ages on the porch, and I fail horribly.
Okay. He also fails. So he swings it, and you manage to duck, and he hits the door with it, and it jams into the door. Do a spot hidden, though, in that moment.
I fail. I'm too busy looking at Jameson.
Right. Well, what you can see is that his eyes seem to have been glazed over, like he's spaced out or something. You guys hear a Harvey yell, and you hear a clank as the axe
run
hits
down
the door.
stairs.
I'll turn and run.
Go.
Yeah, follow suit.
Towards the screams.
Okay. Harvey, he is going to pull the axe out of the door and swing it.
He's not going to have time. I'm going to chop him in the knee.
All right.
Swing my axe at him. Oh my God. It's an extreme success.
Oh, yeah.
He got a 72. So you literally shatter his knee, and he goes down on the ground, but he doesn't make a sound. He doesn't yell or yelp in pain. He just goes down as if you were knocking down a bowling pin.
It's like he's hypnotized or he's sleepwalking.
And you can tell that what he's then going to try to do is get up and grab his axe, but he's having difficulty now getting up because his leg is literally shattered. And by now, the rest of you have arrived. And you see that Harvey has beat up Jameson and hit him with the axe.
Harvey, what are you doing to the hell?
What are you doing?
He attacked me. He swung his axe. Look, his axe is still stuck in the door jamb.
Are his eyes still glazed over? Or is he still trying?
He's glazed over, and he's trying to get back up on his
Jameson,
feet.
put down that axe.
Oh, my God.
You take care of Jameson. I'm headed for the graveyard. And I run out to the graveyard.
Does Jameson seem to be responsive to us saying anything to him?
Nothing. In fact, he just wants to get the axe and kill you with it.
Okay, so I point the gun at him. I'm out of swing. I'm like, say, 6-7 feet away from him. So there's a good with the gun on him. And I say, Jameson, stop that. Let go of the axe. Sit down.
He isn't going to respond. He's going to, if you give him a couple of seconds, he's going to pull the axe out and swing it. What do you want to do?
I'll fire.
Okay, you're going to shoot him?
Yeah.
Okay, do a firearms roll.
Now, for point blank, do I get a bonus, maybe?
Well, you're point blank. You're going to do a lot of damage. I'd say you get a bonus easily.
All right, cool.
I've stepped back.
Oh, my gosh. Oh. Whoa. 01. Right?
You don't fuck around. You basically point your gun right at his skull and pull the trigger, and the back end of his skull blows off and splatters on the side of the house, and possibly a little bit on Jeffrey and Sydney as they're standing there. And Jameson drops like a lead balloon. But you can all do sanity rolls. Harvey, you're running out to the graveyard, and you get about halfway to the graveyard. All right, back to you. If you fail, do 1d4.
Succeeded.
Except, Jeff, you were in the war. Just take 2 points of damage.
Okay.
And Sydney, you're medical. And still, it was shocking. Harvey, you get about halfway out there, and you notice that there are a couple of other graves that something is climbing out of.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
It's like the dead are coming back to life.
And that's exactly what I scream. I scream, the dead are coming back to life, as I run over to the nearest one and whack it.
All right. Are you racking one that's still climbing?
Whatever one's, I think I'm going to take one shot and then run away, but whatever one's closest.
Okay. You're going to take a shot with the gun?
No, with the axe.
With the axe.
Run up and chop.
All right. I'll give you a bonus dice to hit. Just a brawl.
A regular success.
Okay. You hit it. Good. Do damage. Let's see what your damage is on that. Would be, I think, 1d8 plus damage bonus.
Yeah, no DB. 5 points.
Okay. You knock its head sideways as you whack into it, but it's still trying to climb out of its grave.
And it's a corpse.
It's a corpse. Just a
Jesus, they run away.
Rotting corpse. All right, the three of you are standing there with the dead body of Jameson, and you can now see Harvey running back towards you going, "The dead are rising from the graves." What do you do?
I want to see them, that there are more than this one.
Yeah, you can see now that there are bodies rising from the graves.
I want to ditch the fire poker and take the axe that Jameson was using.
Okay. Pry it out of the wall.
I'm looking over Jameson corpse for a set of keys.
All right. Do a spot hidden roll. Loot the dead.
Loot the body and run.
96.
Yeah, you don't find anything. That's not his keys that you're grabbing.
It's his watch.
What do you guys all want to do? Do you guys? What do you guys want to do?
I hustle them all back inside. No, get inside, get inside, get inside. Sweet Jesus.
Yeah, we should get inside and barricade the doors.
The question is, do we close the door before Harvey gets to the house or after?
Oh, you bastard.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm for just closing it.
I'm still a little stunned. I lost 3 sand on it, and I've never killed anyone before, and I'm like...
You killed him in the most spectacular manner.
Yeah, I'm like... fuck,
you splattered his brains.
Fuck. Like, I thought I was going to be a hero, but holy shit. I'll just sort of walk inside.
Well, his family, get in here.
So while they're yelling for Harvey and Harvey is running, Jack, you're just turning around and walking back inside.
Yeah, I'm flabbergasted. I'm just mentally blown for the next few seconds.
Okay, Jack, do a luck roll.
Oh shit.
Oh no. Oh, this is no, I won't take the camera off for this, but okay, I just had an 01. Now I got a 99. Is it this high? Am I out of sheer guilt? Just
as you go back inside, out of the corner of your eye, coming from the kitchen, is Henrietta with a butcher knife.
shit.
And she is going to slash at you before you can even react. And she succeeded. She got a hard.
Oh.
Yeah.
What is it? 1d4 plus 2 plus damage bonus. She is. It's 6 points of damage to you. So as the rest of you are coming inside, you see Henrietta grabbing a hold of Jack and jamming her knife into his shoulder.
I jump forward and try to hit her with my sword cane.
Is that a major wound? Is there blood everywhere?
Oh yeah, that's massive major. Yeah, that's more than 50%. That's. Do I need a con roll to pass out?
Roll a con, yeah.
51. Oh, con's 45. And there's no luck on that?
You can use luck.
I can? Oh, I better. Yeah. I have to. Okay, I'm going to burn luck.
We'll say, though, that you fall on the ground and she's falling on top of you with the butcher knife raised to hit you again. As did Sydney say he was going to hit her?
Me.
Jeffrey.
I'm
Jeffrey. All right, Jeff, go ahead and do a brawl.
Well, I actually have sword cane as a skill. 36, that's regular.
Okay. She got an 80 to dodge. She didn't dodge at all.
So that is 1d6 plus damage bonus.
Plus 1 plus damage bonus.
I guess anyone can pick up the drop.
5, 6, 7.
Ooh. All right. So you basically run her through the middle and pry her off, and she falls backwards onto the ground with your. Are you going to stick it in and pull it out?
Yeah.
All right.
And I'm going to stick it in again.
Okay. Well, you can do that on the next round. So you've stuck it in once, and she's fallen back. She's bleeding and probably mortally wounded, but her eyes are glazed over. And she still has the butcher knife, and she's going to try to get up and keep going. What does Harvey and Sydney want to do?
Is there enough room in like the area we are to like get past like and take a swing? I'll take a swing at her.
Okay.
So would that just be fighting brawl for the X?
Just fighting brawl. Yeah.
Let's see what's my. Here goes nothing. Fail.
Okay. So you swing and you miss.
Yep.
Harvey, did you want to do something?
Yeah, I want to pick up that fallen handgun.
Okay. You pick up the fallen handgun.
And then I want to backtrack and look out. There's got to be a window or something near the back door. Are the corpses coming towards the house?
Yes, they are.
How many of them are there?
Maybe 5 or 6 at this point. And you think you see something standing in the doorway of the mausoleum. Something
Is it a skeleton?
Old and rotting.
Oh, shit. We let him out.
The foundation and walls of this house are heavy and thick. The doors are big wooden oaken things. So
let's
are there
barricade ourselves.
Are there a lot of like windows that they could be able to smash through though?
There are, but they all have sort of like leaded bars and things, decorative sort of things.
Yeah, but what about the secret passages? There's so many in this house. How do we know that they won't use those?
Sydney, perhaps you'd better slap a bandage or two on Jack before he bleeds out and ruins the tile. This is our house.
And you still got Henrietta trying to get up.
Yeah.
Henry.
Oh wait,
I'm going to try to stick her again.
Her. Yeah, we'll say you stick her again and you kill her.
Okay.
And bloodthirsty bunch.
In, I say, this is no way to behave.
You're fired.
I love that you're still in your house coat.
I can take a look at Jack.
Go ahead and do a first aid roll, Sydney.
Okay, let me see what my first aid is here. Oh, okay, cool. 47 is a regular success.
Okay, so you managed to staunch the blood, and Jack, you can get back a point of damage, and you're no longer bleeding out.
Got it. Thank you. Thank you, Sydney.
You managed to at least barricade the doors to some point. And where do you want to go in the house?
Is there a binocular? Are there binoculars or a telescope or anything like that we'd seen earlier? I want to get a look at whatever's standing in the mausoleum.
You haven't seen anything like that, so no.
Is it just the one staircase up to go upstairs?
No, there's like the servant stairs going up as well.
Okay, you barricade the door. I'm going to clean that shotgun.
I'll grab that little shovel that I had from earlier.
Jack, help me, and I'll make him go help. Or we'll go barricade some doors.
So for the next 10 or 15 minutes, you manage to barricade pretty much any place you can think of that these zombies could get into the house.
Wait. Sydney, you've got to read that journal you found.
Yeah, I was thinking I should do that. What would be would we know what one area would possibly maybe Uncle Timothy's bedroom? be the most like secure area in the house or defensible?
Well, definitely there's upstairs windows, and the things can't climb up to them. So you would have the two doors.
Well,
the one to the study and the one to the...
We could, why not let them into the downstairs and have them fumble their way up the stairs, and we can just stand at the top of the stairs. We could easily defeat them that way.
Now there's more than one door out of the house. And a lot of the...
We're talking about animated
rooms,
corpses, Jack.
A lot of the rooms have balconies as well that lead to the outside.
Is this even possible?
I want to, after we're done barricading, I want to head towards a room, like whether it's the room I'm staying in or any room upstairs that only has one entrance in. Okay. And I'm just going to go in there and pull out the book and kind of gingerly start trying to leaf through it. I'm going to tell the others, I suggest you follow me. We can defend one opening way easier than we can defend a whole house.
I'm grabbing a bottle of whiskey. We might need this.
Now grab two.
Wait. Can someone come with me to the kitchen? We might want to gather some food in case we get stuck here for a day or two.
I'm getting whiskey.
That's okay. We'll just assume that you get some. Why does everybody need snacks?
I have no idea how long we're going to be stuck in this room.
Yeah,
they don't need to eat. We could be
you don't
there
have to be
for
worried
a week.
about starving.
All right,
corpses are probably going to kill you.
So you all end up in Sydney's room, which has a big, heavy door. You guys brace it. There is a way out. The way out would be out on the balcony, and then either jumping down to the ground or trying to climb down one of the pillars. In either case, it wouldn't be that hard, and you would be able to make a run for it, at least to get out of the house if something happened. And there doesn't seem to be anybody attacking from that direction. These zombie things are moving rather slowly. They're having difficulty because their articulation is broken and their muscles aren't really working. Something magical must be causing this to happen. All right, so Sydney, you're leafing through the very delicate pages. This is what you stumble across. I actually didn't mark it, but the first page is from in the middle of the journal, and then the other page is from towards the end of the journal. So.
I'll be reading this aloud to the room. Such methods are risky in the extreme, for how can the practitioner of the art survive such an ordeal? Yet my mentor assured me he had passed through it more than a dozen times. He must have been hundreds, perhaps thousands of years old. He told me that the witch's body must be rendered down as one renders tallow from an animal. The bones are not important and may be discarded. The rendered tallow, as Sydney remembers, the bones, the very clean bones of Uncle Timothy. The rendered tallow must be kept safe and warm until reconstitution. A copper kettle with a flame not too hot to boil must be used. After this, the witch's servants or cohorts must gather at least 5, but preferably 7 human hearts. Looks around the room. And mix them into the tallow. No other magic is needed, for all this was done in preparation before the witch's death. If the proper sigils and prayers were made to the black goat of the woods, the all-mother of nature, Shub-Niggurath, a new young body, a recreation of the witch's former form, will rise and continue for another 70 more years.
And then this is later.
This is later, yeah. Those fools, the townsfolk with their superstitions, cause me no end of trouble. Let the black goat crush them as insects. The basement in the Duncan brew house is cleared and ready. The rendering equipment prepared. We are using the brew kettle. Perhaps 2 more days to complete my spiritual preparation and then the great transference. I do not believe that the people of Hampton are willing to approach my house. They know I am not unguarded. My only real danger is my reliance on my servants, who have their instructions and must remain loyal and true while I am between worlds. I have a terrible suspicion of my groomsman, Thomas Leroy, that he may be stirring up the townsfolk and telling them what I am attempting. I will question him when he returns. The brew house is less than a mile northeast of the house, and the townsfolk may find it all too easily. But the cellar is concealed and made of strong stones. My loyal servants are instructed to keep the rabble at bay long enough for my reconstitution. Then they shall pay dearly for their trouble. Son of a gun.
Ramblings of an insane person.
It's a...
But you've seen what's out there.
I can't believe my eyes.
There's
How many hearts does he have?
2 that we know of.
Well, he was planning on 5 to 7. And
Invited 7
of us.
descendants.
Oh my God.
And he picked the lawyer too. So, and Elizabeth, he's got 2 already.
And you haven't seen Fiona.
God,
Heard from her.
This can't be happening. Dead people don't come back to life.
Where is this brew house? Do we think that's still in existence? Do you think the mausoleum is built on the brew house?
No, it's a mile and more.
So
Shit, we can't go there. I'm not leaving this estate. I don't care if there's zombies crawling up out of the cedar.
Sydney,
Uncle
you also have the other book. Or did you hand that to somebody?
the journal?
Yeah.
No, I still have the journal. I'll take that out and take a look at it.
Okay.
I'm keeping my eyes on the grounds.
You definitely can hear the zombies. They don't know how to open doors. They're banging on the sides of the house. Sydney,
This is terrifying.
you're reading through the journal. Most of it seems rather mundane, and then you find a couple of spots that seem to have some rather horrifying significance.
February 12th, 1928. Ever since I found my great ancestor's magical research, I have been planning to follow his dangerous path and hopefully succeed where he failed. I'm fortunate that we live in an enlightened age where there are no angry villagers to burn us alive and ruin our plans. Everything is coming along splendidly. March 2nd. At last, I have discovered the perfect potion to control my servants, and at the same time keep them from knowing my plans. An elixir that renders a person completely susceptible to my commands, then forgets afterwards. I am confident that I will be able to control them psychically even when I am safely tucked away. I've hired a Hampton coppersmith to make all the necessary repairs to the brew kettle. It's dangerous to use the old methods as they produce too much heat. I've purchased a number of Trangia alcohol burners that should deliver the right amount of heat without boiling. April 7th. Everything is set. My time is near. The last part will begin shortly. This will be my last entry for a while. Once the transformation is complete, I will have to move quickly. It would be unacceptable for me to have achieved a new life only to be connected with what they will find within the walls of this house. Henrietta and Jameson have been given their last commands. Old Timothy dies as young Manfred rises. The time is now. Manfred's not fucking real. Manfred's it. Oh, damn it. And
Sanity rolls.
Oh,
wait a minute. So,
Fail.
oh, I'm sorry. What are we making?
Sanity rolls.
How did I fail that? I didn't. My sanity is super high.
Okay. Jack, how'd you do?
I passed. Yeah, passed.
Okay. If you passed and the two of you passed, 1d4.
1d4. Right.
Yeah. If you failed, 1d6.
Oh, 1d4 for passing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
what? A D6?
Oh, 6.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God. He's
3.
got a sword.
So do 3? Okay. Lord Jeffrey, do an intelligence roll.
I hope I'm stupid. No. Well, 03.
Okay. You really understand what the fuck is going on. So do a Do a 1d8 for me. Oh, geez, I can't read that anymore.
8.
I'm trying to read it. You suddenly become convinced that they're all in on it. They're fucking with you to try to get you to run away. You become paranoid for 1d10 rounds.
Well, and as I was just doing the cleaning of the shotgun, you hear a click. You won't convince me of this shit. You're all in on this. And I'm like moving the shotgun from left to right.
Jeffrey, put the gun down.
Whoa, Jeffrey. What the hell are you doing?
Jeffrey.
I understand what you're playing. You won't trick me.
We're not playing at anything. We're trying to survive. There's crazy things outside that want to hurt us.
Yeah. Crazy things. Don't tell me this shit. What, actors? You want to trick me out of my inheritance?
Look at them. That one you can see through its rib cage.
I hold my handgun on Jeffrey. Jeffrey.
No.
Put that down.
Jeffrey, relax.
That's going to end
Sydney starts
Harvey.
Jeffrey, relax.
the fuck up.
Relax, Jeffrey.
Okay.
Put it down or I'm going to shoot you.
Don't do it. I'm going to shoot.
No. Guys, no, we don't have to do this. Just everybody just put the guns down. Don't set it up.
You little liar. You shut up.
Yeah, Jack, shut up or I'm going to shoot you too.
Oh, Jesus. I'm backing towards the door to try to duck around.
Jeffrey,
You're not getting me. Out of here. All of you.
Fine.
Sydney, you said you're backing away.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that you're in a position where you could make a run for it if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'll leave.
All right. Sydney suddenly turns and runs.
Well,
Sydney, you son of a bitch!
Some movement. I'll shoot.
Okay, Lord
At
Jeffrey,
me, fucker.
Do a firearms roll. See if you wing Sydney as he runs through the door and gets.
So that's rifle shotgun 25%. 60 no.
Okay.
I shoot it. If Jeffrey shoots at Sydney, I shoot at Jeffrey.
Okay, so Sydney, you dive out the door. Lord Jeffrey, you shoot at Sydney, but you don't hit. You just blast all the woodwork on that door, just splinters that beautiful door. Harvey, you're going to fire. Go ahead and do
My handgun score is really low. And I wildly miss.
All right, you shoot. Jack, what do you do?
I was backing out the door. So I guess as I'm backing out slowly, Sydney bursts behind me. And then I'm slowly stepping around the corner.
Okay. So Jack and Sydney, you run out. Harvey, you fire your gun. Lord Jeffrey, the gun firing kind of snaps you out of your paranoid. Like, what the hell are you doing?
What? Fuck, why are you shooting at me?
You were shooting at me!
No, it wasn't.
What? You were shooting near me.
What happened?
All right.
Now, I should mention that the zombies do not move very fast. Henrietta and Jameson moved like normal human beings, but these dead things are struggling to move.
Yeah, but it sounds like they were under control, not so much zombies.
Correct.
Somewhere, Uncle Tim. Now, Uncle Tim said that he transformed. So is he a spirit?
Well, according to what you read, he was controlling Henrietta and Jamerson.
Right. Before we dismantled them. But Uncle Tim, where's Uncle Tim?
If we're to believe this, he's been rendered to his essential oils and is in a brewery tank somewhere?
This makes no sense. I agree with you, but there's dead things walking around. So I mean, what the hell's going on?
The property you're on is 4 square miles. So northeast, is it northeast? Northeast, it's woods. And you do recall that you saw footprints on the rainy night going into the woods. You just didn't follow because it was wet and stormy.
Oh, yeah. I bet you there's a trail that goes off to that place.
Let's go. We can outrun the zombie things.
All right. Well.
By the way, Sydney, I'm kind of sorry that well.
Sydney deserves
you, Jeffrey. And
no
Sydney's going to go get dressed completely before he leaves the house. He wants to not be in pajamas.
Listen, we can't leave the property or we don't get the money.
Who is going to enforce this?
What? I don't care.
Well, that's the money's great, but there's dead things trying to kill us.
And in all honesty, even if you're afraid to lose the money, the lawyer said he had a partner in the town. As long as we're not going to the town, there's no risk. We're still on the property.
Okay.
Yeah, is this place you're suggesting going to on the property, right?
The property's 4 square miles, and it's only like 3/4 of a mile away. So sure.
Okay. All right. Well, let's do it then. We'll just keep a quick pace.
How many shotgun shells do I have?
Oh, damn, I know that.
Oh, you got the shotgun and the handgun. You're the arsenal.
Oh, let's see.
Have the little garden shovel.
You have all it says is a good supply of shotgun shells.
That'll last.
12.
That's going to be plenty.
Well, why don't you give the handgun to somebody then, Harvey, since you got the shotgun?
We're all right.
I'd give it to.
Come on, let's go.
All right. So what's your strategy? Are you going to tell me what your strategy is?
Quick walk.
Is the woods so thick that we couldn't drive through it?
Well, you couldn't drive through it.
Okay.
The first thing is we have to get out of the house. The things are scratching at the doors and windows.
From our balcony in the second story, can we see if there's an open side to the house?
Can we leave through the secret exit?
That was my idea.
Good idea.
Yeah. I don't see why not.
And then we just take a dash. They're slow.
Do we want to shoot it, whatever's standing in the mausoleum?
Yeah, I mean, if anything's
Sounds
within,
like a good idea.
Yeah, I wouldn't go out of our way to shoot things, but if something's within 20, 30 feet of us, we should kill it.
Would the route even take us past it? Like heading, because we know a general direction of the brewery. Would that even like take us past the mausoleum at all, or would we be on the other side of the house?
Well, here, let's take a look at it again. So we're talking somewhere out here.
Okay.
So not
Screw the mausoleum.
I mean, if you go this way.
Nah, screw the mausoleum. Let's just get in the woods.
Yeah, I'm with Harvey. I think that our best bet is going to be running through the woods with as much cover as possible.
All right.
Maybe we can find that trail.
Are there still corpses coming from the graveyard?
No, it looks like most of the graves are empty. And now that you're looking, it wasn't just one body coming from the mausoleum. It looks like some of the ancestral Duncans were being animated as well.
Okay, so all of our relatives, basically.
Oh, it's great.
This is great.
Join the Duncan family.
Aunt Bee's never looked better.
All right. Well,
I guess the best bet would be that we run towards the garage, and from there up into the woods.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe quick walk so we don't tire ourselves and get in trip.
You feel free to quick walk. I'm going to be running as fast as I possibly can to the woods.
All right.
Okay. Most of the corpses are now up near the house. So you really only have to get, and actually most of them kind of went towards that back door where you guys were standing. They don't seem to be intelligent.
So around outside, out of the front door should be.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't see any right outside the front door. So you run out the front door, and then you're running around the right side of the house. You can see the garage, and you can see the woods, and there are a few corpses sort of stumbling around, but you manage to run past. And you're heading towards the woods. There's no directly in front of you. Everybody do spot hiddens when you get up to the woods.
Ooh, 97.
84.
19.
No.
Okay. Those of you who passed, you don't really see a path, at least not where you are. The woods are fairly thick. There's a lot of growth on the ground, things, ferns and brambles and possibly poison ivy, things like that.
But so there was a trail last night over here, but there's no trail here now.
Well, it wasn't exactly here. That was actually over by the mausoleum.
Ah, great.
But it was heading in this, heading into the woods in that direction.
It's all right. All of the corpses have left the mausoleum. Let's backtrack to the mausoleum.
All right, you follow the edge of the woods until you get over there. You don't really find a trail, but you definitely find maybe a path that somebody pushed their way, through the woods. Nobody's walked this way for a while. I take that back. There's got to be a clear path, now that I think of the backstory. So you find the path, and you start, I assume you're moving rather quickly.
Yeah.
It's like you all to do luck rolls.
Success.
Thank you. Success.
That's regular.
How'd you do, Jack?
Oh, perfect. 55 out of 55. Spot.
Oh, that's really lucky. Okay. So you guys are all moving your way through it, going in the direction you think you should be going. Everybody do, let's call it a spot hidden.
Hard success. 17.
Fail.
Squeaked in a regular.
Regular pass.
Okay. We'll go with the hard success. That was Lord Jeffrey.
Yeah.
All right. So you're moving along through that, and there's a lot of shadows, a lot of dense parts of the woods in here. Lord Jeffrey, you see something move out of the corner of your eye, like a shadow, and you suddenly realize that there is something up in the trees that is moving towards you, maybe flying, the size of a man, maybe bigger than a man.
Watch out!
And yeah, you warn everybody just as this thing lands in the path in front of you, and it's black. It's as black as midnight, but it's still, you can still see some highlights where the light's hitting it. It looks very similar to that green statue that you had, except that it's not green, it's black. And there is no face. It is blank. And it's going to leap towards one of you. Let's see which one. It's going to leap towards Harvey.
I know it.
It has prestigious claws, and it's almost like it's leaping, but at the same time, it's got these big bat wings that it flings out. Makes no noise at all. Harvey, what are you going to do?
I'm dodging. Right. Oh, shit. I don't have enough luck to save me. Wait, do I? I might.
You might, but I got a 16.
What is that? Is that a hard?
That's a hard.
Roll damage.
All right. Well, it doesn't damage you. It grapples. It grapples you. So it's literally leaped forward and wrapped its arms around you. What do the rest of you want to do if you're not in shock?
Even if it's Harvey, I'm attacking.
Yeah, same thing. I'll turn and swing my fire axe.
Do we need to make sanity rolls for this?
Yeah, you'll make those in a second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
you're so shocked that something's there.
If I can choose, I'll swing my shovel at it.
All right. How about you all do your brawl rolls if you're going to try to swing something at it?
Sure. Ooh, is that a hard or a regular?
Hard. For me, I'm going to spend 8 luck to make it an extreme.
Oh, yeah.
Clobbered it with a
I wouldn't be happy, Harvey. It's grappling. It's got you in its arms, and they're hitting.
And he just shoved a sword cane through it.
All right, everybody roll damage for hitting this thing.
So extreme would be max plus rolling?
Correct.
So that's 10 plus 4 plus 3. That's 17 points.
Jeez.
Whoa.
My 4 little probably didn't help much then.
21 total. That's huge.
Okay. Harvey, do a luck roll.
He takes half of it.
Fail. All right. You guys all come down pretty hard on this thing. Your hits on it, you don't see any visible damage, but you definitely knock it. You're knocking it. Harvey, as a result, you are going to go flying, and you're going to take, let's see, 1d4. You're going to take 4 points of damage because the thing has large claws. And as you get knocked away and the thing falls to the ground, you're going to get scratched really badly. The thing immediately flaps its wings and spins around, and it is going to attempt to grab somebody else. It is going to go for Sydney. It moves forward, and once again, this thing doesn't make any noise. It's completely silent as it does this. You also kind of notice that it's definitely been damaged. Maybe you broke some bones if it has bones. But it's going for Sydney.
Can I make a dodge then?
Or hit it again.
I failed to hit it, so I'm going to dodge. A 9.
Okay. You guys are all standing right there. So Jeff and Jack.
My intent was to just keep pummeling the thing even after.
So do your fight rolls. Your brawl rolls.
Die, you fiend! And 78, no.
Okay.
Oh, darn it. No, that's way too much of a miss. Total miss.
It's trying to dodge you as you're doing this now. But Sydney, you managed to hit it without it grappling you.
Okay.
So the thing is moved back, and it launches itself into the air, and you see it rip through the trees above you and disappear. I mean, you don't know where it goes. So you don't know if it's ahead or behind you.
What the hell was that?
Where in the hell is the shotgun?
So start looking for the shotgun. Was it
It's
dropped?
got to be around here.
Didn't Lord Jeffrey clean it?
No, I had it. I just dropped it when that thing
I
grabbed
dropped
it.
it when I snapped out of my paranoia.
Okay. But somebody
All right,
didn't
I've
clean
got
it,
it.
right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you find it.
We're on the right track.
Now you can do sanity rolls.
Yeah.
Oh, 10.
19.
93. So that's a fail.
If you
Passed.
failed, 1d4 plus 1. And if you made it, 1d4.
1d4. Ooh, ouch.
Oh man.
1.
1d4 plus 1, so that is 4.
Somebody got 5. All right. You going to continue
Yeah.
at the same rate or slower? More carefully.
Well, now we know what to look in the trees.
Okay.
I guess slightly slower, but more observant.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
Everybody do spot hiddens for me.
Oh my God, I got a 95.
46.
Oh.
Success.
98. Harvey. Yeah, we're just like seeing the same bird flying.
Oh,
So,
that's nice.
Sydney, you failed. You made it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me as well.
All right. You guys are making your way through, and you finally get to this place where you can definitely see that a couple of the trees have been cut down, and the area has been cleared of litter and undergrowth. But what you're seeing is maybe the vague remnants of a building long since knocked down, damaged. It has partly stone walls, but they've all fallen down and in disrepair. They're weed overgrown and everything else. That black creature is sitting on a pile of rocks, waiting for you to come out of the woods. It seems to be guarding this pile of rocks. It definitely looks like there was a building. You can see flat stones that would be the floor, but it's been gone for hundreds of years, maybe.
Harvey, didn't you tell us what a crack shot you were with that shotgun?
A shotgun is better at closer range.
What about that revolver?
Well, yeah.
Could shoot that pretty well. So you want a good shot? This is.
If you want to get closer, by all means.
I don't know. It's that thing that's just going to tear us to shreds. We need to stick together.
How far is it to the...
Maybe 30 feet.
It's not far.
No.
But it sees us. It clearly sees us.
Yeah, it's guarding
Well,
its.
It doesn't have
Well,
eyes.
then we should stop arguing and maybe start shooting it.
Yeah, but Harvey's got both guns. He can't shoot both of them.
Harvey!
All right, stop talking to me. I'll shoot it. Let me concentrate. And with the shotgun, holy shit! I got a 95.
Right.
That's a miss.
You point the thing at the thing, and just as you fire the shotgun, the thing leaps into the air with its wings out and swoops in your direction. And it's going to try and grab, once again, Sydney.
Fuck.
Sydney, do a luck. Well, do a dodge roll.
Dodge roll. I'll spend 5 luck to make that a success.
Okay, just a regular success.
Did you need? Yeah, that's all I can really do. Yeah, sure.
All right,
sure.
It hits the ground right in front of you, and its arms reach out and they grab a hold of your clothing, pulls you towards it. What do the rest of you want to do?
Shoot it!
If it's in close, I'm going to attack it.
Okay. Now, once again, it's grabbing Sydney this time.
You don't want to shoot it with a shotgun if it's got Sydney.
So, you know what? You might.
Okay. I want to go in, but I'm not charging because he's got a shotgun. I'm just going to step into the blast.
All right. I'll just hold this shotgun and pull out the revolver, and I'll shoot it with the revolver.
Okay, and I'll go in and smash it with the shovel.
Right. Jeffrey, did you want to do anything?
Well, I'm going to attack it.
Okay.
As it's in close, I'm going to attack with Sword King.
Have you all do your attacks.
So that's 41. That's a regular success.
Okay. And Harvey?
I rolled a 100.
Okay.
I'm glad I spent all this energy trying to get these guns.
As you go in to shoot,
you shoot Sydney.
There would be a chance of that, but I'm not going to do that to Sydney. You fire your gun. Jack and Jeffrey, you attempt to hit it, but it leaps into the air with Sydney, sort of trapped in its arms. And once again, this is kind of a leap. It leaps over back to where it was sitting, and you see it land on the ground. Sydney, it's grappling you. It's holding your arms so that you can't really, you're struggling, but you can't get away from it. Okay. And it suddenly disappears out of sight. It seems to have jumped into something that you can't see, like a hole in the ground. What do you guys want to do?
I'm just on top of some stones.
Well, no, you're suddenly in the dropping through a hole in the ground. You can see that it's probably the entrance to a cellar, but they can't see that.
Well, we see it just hop into the ground. All of a sudden,
right.
It hop into the ground.
It hops past
Sydney.
that bunch of rocks and it disappears. We'll get back to you in a second, Sydney.
Okay.
Oh, what the hell? After it.
Yeah. We run after it.
All right. What you see is the entrance to an old cellar. There's no door. The door has been removed or rotted away, and there are stairs going down. However, by the time you get there, you can hear Sydney probably yelling.
Definitely.
Sydney, the thing is going to try to pin you to the ground and rip out your heart. So,
okay,
what do you want to do? It's got fairly prestigious claws.
My dodge is higher than my fighting brawl, so I will go ahead and try and dodge. I got a 20, so that's a hard success.
Okay, and I got an 86.
Oh, awesome.
So you're managing, you grab it by the hand, and you're like, it's trying to get at you. Now, what you can see as you are struggling with it, because you've got a quick mind, you can see that you are in a cellar, and that over on one end of the cellar there is a large, what looks like a big copper kettle, the kind that you would brew beer in, and there are some low flames underneath it. But this thing, you only have a moment to see that, and this thing is going to try to kill you. Jack and Jeffrey and Duncan and Harvey, you see the steps going down. Are you going to run down the steps?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Right after Jack.
As you get to the bottom of the steps, you see this thing struggling with Sydney on the ground, trying to rip his heart out.
God, Sydney!
Whack it! Whack
Go
it!
in and whack that dirty rod.
All right.
For the king!
You can all try to damage it.
I will try to shoot it again with the pistol.
82. I stab a beer barrel.
That's
Hit.
I'm going to spend 3 points of luck to make it an extreme.
Ooh, nice.
Okay. Nice. So do your damage plus full damage.
Anybody know what a handgun damage is?
Handgun, it's a 38.
D10.
1d10.
Okay, so that's 10
10 plus 1d10.
16 points.
16 points. Okay, I think at this point, just as the thing is about to smash its claw down on Sydney's chest, you run up and put the gun to the thing's head and you pull the trigger. And when you do, it's as if you shot something made out of glass, and these large crystalline chunks sort of blast across the room and hit the ground, and the thing shatters like it was made out of rock. And it hits the ground. And you're suddenly standing over Sydney. Sydney, you've saved his life. And you're in a room that looks like it's been recently cleaned up. And there is this stand on the side with a large brew kettle, which is kind of shaped like this. And it's got a large opening on the front, like a porthole on the side. And underneath it are these little, looks like alcohol stoves.
Start smashing it. Smash, break this.
You're gonna head
stop.
towards it. It's about 30 feet from you.
Oh, okay.
Stop.
What's your idea?
Don't we want to just tip it over? Just tip it over.
I think would I be able to, we're trying to recall the letter. Didn't it say it had to be like held over a certain heat for a few days?
Yes.
So couldn't we just shut off the alcohol? Or shut off the fuel source? We wouldn't have to destroy anything.
We start with that and then we tip the whole thing over.
Sydney's got a good idea.
If it would just cool into nothing and just be.
Where are the other hearts?
In there?
Probably in there, yeah.
Is there there's a thing to open up and look in?
Like a porthole.
Like a washer?
It's like a gigantic thing for brewing beer.
Oh.
Can we just look in? Is it a door or has it got a glass portal?
It's just got a handle. Yeah, it's got like a glass viewport.
I look in.
All right, so Harvey, you move forward towards the hatch or the door, whatever you want to call it.
Yes, to look inside. Portal. That's correct.
And you look inside, and what you see, it's of course not lit in there, it's dark, but you see something moving around, oozing, and then suddenly something brownish yellow sloshes against the glass, and the door flies open from the weight of this thing. And coming out of the hole of the portal is this blob of greasy yellow, nasty looking substance that sort of forms itself into the face of Uncle Timothy. and it says, "Ah, Harvey. So you've discovered my secret. Well done. Here's my proposal. I've learned the secret to immortality, but I need human hearts to complete the spell. I don't need all of you. Whoever is the last one standing, whoever fulfills my need, shall be taught all the secrets I hold, power, riches, and eternal life. If you destroy me, all that will be lost." What do you do?
All right, I shoot Jack.
You turn and you swing around with your gun and point it at Jack. And you're going to shoot. So it's Jack against Harvey.
I can't dodge.
You all heard this, by the way.
When he turns around, I leap at Harvey with my sword cane.
Oh yeah, if I hear that, then yeah, I'll be leaping for the arm to push it away from me.
But we'll do one at a time. So, Jack, you're going to try to parry or dodge, grapple. Harvey, you're going to try to shoot him. Go ahead, roll.
All right.
See which one of you gets the better rolls.
Ooh, I got a 16. That's a hard success.
12 out of 45.
You both got hard?
Yeah, that would be a hard.
So I believe if you both succeed, then Jack, you grab the barrel of the gun as it goes off over your shoulder.
Harvey, what are you doing? Yeah.
Jeff, you were going to attack him with your cane. All right, Harvey and Lord Jeffrey, you guys also do opposing rolls. Harvey, you can't attack Jeff, but you can dodge.
Okay.
So that's 24 out of 50. That's a hard.
That's a fail.
Oh, so Jeff, you managed to stick him with your sticky stick. Do damage.
That's 4 and 4, 8.
Harvey's down.
In wrestling the gun, do I have it now?
I think Harvey would probably let it go once he got stabbed through the middle with the thing. How is that on your Harvey? How badly were you wounded? 8?
Took me to -2.
Oh. Do a con roll.
I made the con roll.
Okay. So I'm going to say you fall to the ground. Don't go unconscious, but you were serious. You're going to bleed out very quickly. Sydney, what do you do?
It's every Duncan.
They're all turning on each other.
Doing this nonsense.
I got dressed earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I have all my stuff with me, like my pocket stuff. It's just mandatory. I put it in. I got my wallet. I'm hoping I have my Zippo.
Sure.
I light it and I walk up to the open door to the pit or to the boiler, and I toss it in.
Okay. Do a luck roll.
Get that gun from Harvey.
Oh yeah,
40,
pulling
that's
it
a
out.
success.
Okay. What did you get?
I got a 40 out of what I've got left is 52.
So a regular success.
Yeah.
So I have regular success. Some luck.
Can I spend sanity on luck? No.
The thing is that tallow will burn under a couple of different circumstances. One is if there's a wick, then, it burns like a candle. And then there's grease fire. But for a grease fire, the grease needs to be boiling before it's ignited,
Yeah.
or it's just a liquid goop. So your lighter hits it, and maybe for a moment it lights a little bit, but then it just sinks into the goop, and there's no flame. They kind of got the right idea, maybe, but you see the flaw in the idea. Doesn't mean you can't correct it.
No, definitely.
And this gooey Tim is starting to sort of flow out of the pot as he may attempt to attack you as well. You now also can hear zombies coming outside.
Turn up the burners.
That's kind of where I was going, but I don't know. Is it my turn still, or
we'll get back to your turn?
Okay.
All right, Jack. What do you want to do?
So I wrest the revolver away, and I'm just thinking, what if I just blow a hole in the frickin' vat and let it bleed out? It's not gonna get to where they want to go. It won't get to the right temperature. I'll do that. I'll blast a hole right there in the lower portion of the vat.
Okay. I don't think that you could miss. You fire at the tank. There's a loud clang because it's copper, but copper's soft. So you punch a couple of holes in it, and I guess a little Timmy tallow starts oozing out of the holes as well. And Timmy, Uncle Timothy, turns to you, that hideous, gooey, translucent, yellow, nasty face, and he's like, Jack, why? Why wouldn't you want to join me? You could live forever.
I need to make a power roll.
All I need is you've already killed Harvey. All I need is his heart. You can make the decision for yourself.
Yeah. Okay, a power roll. Let's see. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, geez. Oh, that's a horrible failure.
It's up to you. It's up to you what you want to do. It's tempting.
Yeah.
Money, riches, power.
Yeah.
Immortality.
Okay, so no, I mustn't. So I point the gun at Sydney and Lord Jeffrey, and going back and forth, stepping back.
All right, Lord Jeffrey, what are you going to do?
Kill his second Duncan.
Huh?
No, I was joking. I said you're going to kill your second Duncan.
If the moment he points towards Sydney, I'm going to lunge at him. You're not going to get me.
Yeah.
All right. So
Okay.
Jack and Lord Jeffrey, you do opposing attack rolls, I guess.
All right. This will go very poorly for me because I'm not good at this. Okay. Okay. Can I spend luck?
On an attack, sure.
Yeah. Okay. So it'll be a regular shot hit with a.
How'd you do, Lord Jeffrey?
Even I have 42 luck left. Even spending all of it, it would still be a fail. 91.
Jack, you shoot your gun. Go ahead and do a damage roll. That's a 38, 1d10.
Yeah, it's just 1d10. There you go. I just nicked you too.
I just nicked you. He didn't really want to hit you. Sydney, what are you going to do now?
Is there some sort of okay, so these burners, are they individual burners with like a tank, or are they?
He bought 4 of these. I forget the name of them now. It's Targa wooden. They're basically a very popular cook stove that people take camping with them.
Okay, so they each have their own individual like controls and tank.
Right.
I want to start cranking them all up to high.
Okay. Do a luck roll.
Okay, so 52. 50. So just a regular success.
All right. Well, you sort of, while all this shooting and crazy shit is going on, you managed to get down on your hands and knees and turn the burners on. 50's a good roll. But as you're doing that, of course, gooey Uncle Tim looks down at you, and his head sort of starts moving towards you, and he says, "Come now, Sydney." He says, "You could have it all."
No, thank you, Uncle Timothy. I'd prefer to just have all your money, and I try and get away, I suppose, if that's a possibility. Or
all right, yeah, you can pull away from him, and he says, "But they'll blame everything on you."
Sure, it's easier to accept guilt when you're really rich, Tim.
Harvey, I'm afraid that you're too wounded. You've passed out and you're bleeding. You said you were actually 2 below. So at some point here you die.
I think
Fresh
so.
heart. Jack, what do you want to do?
Okay, I'm gonna roll POW, see if I'm snapping out of this crap. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm kind of back at it. Okay, I'm just gonna turn and unload this into the Tim creature thing.
Okay.
Ooh, 10. That's sadly a hard, not a extreme, but still.
Go ahead and roll for damage.
All right, yeah, probably not going to do much. Oh, come on. Rolled a 1.
Well, truth is you don't do any damage because he's made out of grease. Your bullet just goes into him. He doesn't have a body. Duncan, Lord Duncan.
So he suddenly turned away from me, is firing on the grease thing.
Right.
I'm taking a step back, so I'll be behind Jack. If he turns around or anything, I'll attack him again.
Okay. Harvey has passed away. Sydney, what do you do?
I want to go see if Harvey has a Zippo.
Well, now the burners there are flames underneath the pot.
No, certainly. I was hoping to heat, like you were saying earlier, to get the tail going hot enough where I could throw another lighter in there and it would just be a grease fire.
Do a spot hidden for me.
Mm-hmm. That is a fail.
How badly did you fail?
Very badly.
Okay. All right. So, who did you want to ask about the lighter?
I'll look at both of them and say, "Do either one of you have a lighter?"
Yeah.
I smoke. Wait.
Yeah.
I do smoke.
It's 1920 something. You definitely
yeah.
smoke.
Right? I have matches, probably.
All right. Is it all right? Sydney, he tosses you his lighter. What do you want to do?
I light it, and I don't suppose enough time has passed yet to get it up to. Well, I guess I'll try again. I got 2 more shots if he's got matches. So,
are you going to what are you going to do with the lighter?
I'm hoping to. Can I tell by the viscosity of the stuff leaking out of the bullet holes whether it's like heated up and is moving a little bit more freely?
It's still like thick grease. It's just warm. It's not
Okay.
boiling.
Throw one of the burners in.
Do a
Yeah.
Well, the burners have alcohol in them.
Yeah.
Didn't Harvey bring some whiskey?
Oh yeah.
He's just laying on top of it because you shot him.
I will hastily make a Molotov cocktail.
Molotov. All right.
And I'll try to fend off the creature thing while you do that.
All right. So Sydney, you're gonna try to hit it with a Molotov.
I guess so.
All right. I would like Jack and Jeffrey to do luck rolls, because when the Molotov hits that metal tank, it's going to splash everywhere.
49 out of 42, so it's a miss.
And I can't spend luck on luck, I'm guessing.
No.
So
Right.
since I've spent so much luck in this game, I just missed it.
So Sydney, you throw the thing, it hits the edge of the tank. The alcohol splashes everywhere, including on, definitely on Harvey, but also Jack and Jeffrey, and it ignites. When it does, you hear Uncle Timothy yelling like, "No, you fools! You don't know what you're giving up." But he is ignited in the process. Jack and Jeffrey do, I don't know what Molotov damage. Maybe I do. Maybe it's on my
Be very variable, wide from like
Molotov. 2d6
Jesus.
plus
Oh no. Oh, come on.
plus burn.
So the thing is, you lose like if
Right.
burning. If I remember burning damage correctly, you lose the same amount you initially get, but then it's halved every turn after until you put yourself out.
Right.
If I remember.
All right. Here we
2d6.
go. 5 hit points left. Come on, I can roll snake eyes. There we go. 7. Ah!
So I got 6.
Jack's on fire.
Like I'm roasting. I'm like a black charred. Like, well, I'll be there soon.
And Jeff,
I've got 6 hit points, so that leaves me with 6.
oh,
Is this your
What-
first wound?
No, I had 2 points before. It's not quite the half of it.
all right. So Jeff, you catch on fire, but you fall to the ground and roll around.
Yeah.
Jack, you fall backwards against the wall and you're engulfed in flames. Sydney, what do you do next?
Did Jack drop the gun?
Yeah, but it's probably over by his flaming body.
Where's the shotgun?
Shotgun, I guess, is next to Harvey.
I'll pick that up
Okay.
and grab some shells, and then as as Jeffrey's rolling around on the ground, I'll shoot him.
Jeff, I'll still let you have a dodge.
Okay.
So
No
Sydney, your
dodge.
attack
30.
against his dodge.
So 46, I spent 16 points of luck.
To get a pass.
A path.
How'd you do, Sydney?
36,
So it would be
26 left.
all right. So it's a 25. So I would need a 12 to get a hard to beat his. I've got a 17. I will spend the 5 luck to get to 12.
My God, you people. All right, Sydney. I would think you'd bond and become friends after all this horror.
There's only one left.
I was planning on murdering everybody as soon as we started the game.
All right, Sydney. Do your damage.
And so how much is it for? It says up close, it's 4d6.
What do you have? You have a shotgun?
Yep.
Oh my God. Shotgun is
Depends on what caliber.
I'll let Tom tell me what to roll. I don't know what the antique would be. Probably
It's hard to read the wall. Let's see. Rifle. There we go. Shotgun. Actually, it's probably a 12 gauge. 46.
Okay.
Shit.
How many health points do you have?
6.
14.
I'm
Your head
pumped.
splatters. Yeah. And also, the second, within a few seconds of Uncle Tim screaming and burning and boiling, and you can see he's literally boiling and burning to death, all of the zombies drop. And Sydney, you are the only one left alive on the property.
I have to go clean up the house before the lawyer shows up on
And the
Monday.
yard and the graves.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy.
And then
couple days.
explain where
Explaining
everybody has
this.
disappeared to.
Luckily, it's just the beginning of Saturday, so
You actually have one possible. You could fake your own death and become Manfred. Anyways, that's the end of that story. You guys are so crazy. I didn't think it was going to take. It's 3 hours and 12 minutes.
You were worried we were going to wreck the house.
Any questions? You guys pretty much know what happened. He was a
Figured it
witch.
out.
Richard was a witch too, but Richard didn't manage to pull it off. He got killed by Thomas Leroy before he could do it.
that was cool.
Wow, really good.
Uncle Tim. Now, I'll tell you about that afterwards. Let's just go ahead and finish it, and then I'll tell you some things afterwards. Our players included Matt Ryan, Yusuf Gita. His internet broke down, so he wasn't able to join us. Sorry, Yusuf. Matt Ryan, Patrick O'Brien, Stuart Lively, and Pascal Breitenfeld, with yours truly as the keeper of the secrets. We have a Discord server where you can chat with our other members. You can set up private games and learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. There's a link below. We're currently producing up to 4 shows a week with music and sound effects added in post-production in order to create a richer listener experience. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Podbean or iTunes. The costs involved with the show are provided almost entirely by our patrons. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. If you'd like to support our show, please visit our Patreon account. Just $1 to a month helps us a lot. You can find a link in the description below. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We have... and leave us some comments. Who wrote this? And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answering any questions you might have. This is Tom Rayleigh, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft, the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.